I've got 8 hairy legs, gonna wrap them around you. Don't be afraid, moving closer down in this cave's roller coaster into my web, into my web. I got 4 pair of eyes to seek out and find you. Here in the dark, I can see you feeling your way. The stench will guide you to your demise, to your demise. Silky threads feel like a snuggle, but getting loose is a struggle. I've wrapped you up like a mummy, gnawing your elbows, sucking your blood, snacking on your toes. Once you are trapped, my 2 fangs will pierce you. The end will be fast, but not painless. One last gasp as you fade to crystalline dreams, crystalline dreams. Littered with bones, these threads will astound you. Try to get past my sticky fibers, knowing your flesh is my heart's desire. Feasting on you, feasting on you. Feeling a tug on gossamer wings. I see you and you see me. The fear you feel is all I need. Swallow your soul, swallow your soul. Silky threads feel like a snuggle, but getting loose is a struggle. I've wrapped you up like a mummy, gnawing your elbows, sucking your blood, snacking on your toes. It's not the end, it's only the beginning. Once you're inside, you'll feel the surge, your blood into mine. Our marrows will merge, tasting your bones, tasting your bones.
Hey, listen!
Let the rhythm flow through your
And now, Jinx and Electo cry red. Theft, awesomery is shooting into sin, corruption, politics that keep us under pin, reckless endangerment, abuse all with a grin, bleed the evil dry and let 'em flow under your skin. Robbery, forgery, a mugging and a spin, vengeful souls surround you and then they call out to me and soon I begin to bleed the evil dry and let 'em flow under my skin. Welcome to the nice side, a fight you're gonna provide. Welcome to the city run by blood and fucking bona fide. So take a quick grin and let yourself in, a city full of blood and full of sin. Bribery, forgery, a mugging and a spin, vengeful souls surround you and then they call out to me and soon I begin to bleed the evil dry and let 'em flow under my skin. You kill them, they die, but mark you with your sin. You kill me, I cry red and come back again. A divine reckoning that's beckoning and threatening. Slash your body up and leave it reddening the ground. You know who it is, it's the nice side Jinx. I'm roaming through this neon jungle like a lynx. That enigmatic sphinx, don't answer my riddle wrong or it'll be your blood filling up my drinks. Ironically caught in a front of dishonesty, every sucker in the city trying to make it front of me, but I'ma let it be and just be me. Ain't nothing better to set me free. Bribery, forgery, a mugging and a spin, vengeful souls surround you and then they call out to me and soon I begin to bleed the evil dry and let 'em flow under my skin. La 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 la. Ha 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 ha. Theft, awesomery is shooting into sin, corruption, politics that keep us under pin, reckless endangerment, abuse all with a grin, bleed the evil dry and let 'em flow under your skin. A city filled with schemers, some more than misdemeanors, nasty, corrupt leaders, send in all the cleaners. It's time for a bloody horror slash a flick feature, red eyes and a grin in the darkness there to greet ya. Robbery, forgery, a mugging and a spin, vengeful souls surround you and then they call out to me and soon I begin to bleed the evil dry and let 'em flow under my skin. You kill them, they die, but mark you with your sin. You kill me, I cry red and come back again. A divine reckoning that's beckoning and threatening. Slash your body up and leave it reddening the ground. You know what it is, it's the vengeance of the Jinx. Get justice for the souls, play your veins like pan shrinks. Then a second hits the floor before the last one blinks, and the third and final one becomes my nightcap drink. Stay on the good side of the night side, Jinx, or I'll 404 you like bad HTML links. Mental distress and hallucination, gonna need an extended padded room cell, paid vacation. Now I hope that this has been clear enough, that some evil they just don't fear enough. So if you're hearing me hunting you, any use in your running, now you see my eyes in the dark. You press your back to the wall and try to run from your inevitable fall. La 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 la. Ha 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 ha. Theft, awesomery is shooting into sin, corruption, politics that keep us under pin, reckless endangerment, abuse all with a grin, bleed all the evil dry and make 'em pay for their sins. Okay, I think I'm ready for the stage. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Nightside broadcast. As always, I am the Nightside Jinx. Stuart! No. Stuart, how many times have I goddamn told you, do not impersonate me on stream. I give you permission to impersonate anyone else in the goddamn Sticks and Bar, not on my stream. I don't know who this strange figure you're talking about is, as clearly even the Lackeys here can see that I am the true Nightside Jinx. Throws steel chair from off screen. Okay, I think I've dealt with him. Jesus Christ, dude. Stuart is the, ignore him. He's the resident doppelganger up here on Nightside City. he ended up here through some random means, and Cherry took a liking to him, so he gave him like a permanent stay in the Sticks Inn bar. He's usually a goober, not really much of an issue, but for the most part he tends to stick to his own shenanigans, and I've told him he's not allowed on my goddamn PC. But lo and behold, apparently he doesn't know how to listen either. Alrighty. Hello, Lackeys. Hope you're all having a good night so far. Hope you're staying happy, staying healthy, staying hydrated. You know, the usual. Since I'm the real Nightside Jinx, clearly. Quick sip. To wet my whistle. Hope you guys are ready for a little bit of shenanigans where hopefully today we should be getting the rogue class unlocked and good old Ankle Bleeder will be getting her first blade. Although before we get into that, we do have a couple traditions to get down to. So let me go ahead and do that real quickly for us. Let me pull this up, pull this up, pull this up. Blam. And I believe all I need to do now is swing us over here and that. Hey, as tonight we're starting off with Pokemon Just Scammed Everyone. I don't know what exactly that entails, but you know, we're gonna find out, because apparently like, I always was wondering, I wonder if it's going to be anything related to scalpers. Because it almost seems like they're enabling scalpers. To a degree. With the level that they're not cracking down on it. Genuinely. Like, when it got to a point that scalpers were, like, fighting over Pokemon cards in the goddamn aisles, they should have completely removed Pokemon from that area and told them that if they don't get their act together, they don't get it. Now, that would suck for the area, and hear me out. I'm not saying that this should be a permanent thing. If they do that, the scalpers will go to the next area. And eventually, they're gonna be able to crack down on them somehow. I'm telling you, it's gotta be like, you can like show premeditated, like, heist level behavior, and then be like, look, they're clearly gaming the system. Let's put them all in fucking jail. And the ones who don't find it worthwhile to go and travel, like, state to state, it doesn't have to be a permanent thing. It's a culling. You remove a bunch of the bad actors, and then everything goes back to, like, business as before. That doesn't stop them from reappearing, but it gets rid of quite a few of them, and it shows people what happens when they try and do that shit.
And then he says to me, if it doesn't do dollars, we're gonna lay off 1,000 people, and that's gonna be on you.
You know where eggs
Oh,
come from?
damn.
Chickens.
Huh?
Okay, there is no way that... Oh, this has to be a bit, right? This has to be a bit. There is no way the dude who was making fun of fucking Kai Cenat for learning how to read is asking where chickens come from. I don't know, buddy. Maybe pick up a children's book and you'd know. Jesus.
Chickens.
Oh my god, bro.
2 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. What's up?
Hello?
This is Jeff from the Overwatch team.
Okay, so
Overwatch,
it is Jeff
a
Keighley.
absolutely
Right, Keighley?
beloved
Right.
game. I even started
fuck
out
is
some of
his
my
last
earliest
name?
videos
I might
on
just be
the
mixing it
main
with someone
channel
else.
by doing Overwatch content. That's back when the game had a huge player base. Obviously, there's been a lot of things that have happened since then.
I
Most
actually
notably,
wonder if
Overwatch 2, which was an
Genuinely, I wonder if I found Pyrocynical's content through Overwatch. Partially because I was really big into Overwatch when it was good. Emphasis on win.
absolute disaster. But one person that was always at the helm of Overwatch was co-creator Jeff Kaplan. Not to be confused with the My Name Jeff man. Now, My Name Jeff ended up leaving Overwatch all the way back in 2021, and he kept a pretty private life. But now, recently, he's resurfaced on the Lex Friedman podcast for over 5 hours, talking about his departure and how much the company sucks, and Overwatch is basically finished. Now, a lot of people attribute Overwatch's success to Jeff, most likely because after he left, Overwatch 2 came out, and he actually published a short statement on the game's website. It didn't really go into any details about the circumstances of leaving, though, and he also ended the statement by saying GG, and all I'll say in response to that is holy base boomer. So recently, like I said, he appeared in the Lex Friedman podcast, but loads of clips from that podcast were going incredibly viral because he was talking about what ultimately broke his Blizzard career. And he tells a story where he was called to the CFO's office, who basically told him, hey, if this game doesn't make like an insane amount of money that isn't possible for any game to achieve, we're gonna like punish you indirectly, because we can't actually hurt you, by laying off 1,000 people. And if that wasn't direct enough, they even said apparently that that's gonna be on you. Those people that are gonna lose their jobs, those 1,000 people, that's your fault. They might go homeless. They might start an OnlyFans, and it's all your fault.
I got called in the CFO's office. He sits me down. He gives me a date, which at the time was 2020 and was going to slip to 2021, but at the time it was 2020. And he said, Overwatch has to make in 2020. And then every year after that, it needs a recurring revenue. And then he says to me, if it doesn't do dollars, we're gonna lay off 1,000 people, and that's gonna be on you. And that was just the biggest fuck you moment I had in my...
That is like... That is the definition of throwing the book at him. I hate that shit. That's like a guilt trip and a half.
My career.
Bruh.
This survey will take 3 minutes, and your responses are confidential. Before we ask the real questions, we need to quickly capture a few details. And here comes your first question. We'd like to start with your age and gender. If you are under 18 years of age, press 1. If you are between 18 and 34 years of age, please press 2. If you identify as male, please press 1. If you identify as female, please press 2.
Identify as other and put
If you identify as other.
Do other and put... He did put 3. I fucking saw it.
That Australia exports too much gas.
There is no fucking way. There is no way Pyro's scam call is about there being too much gas. You've got to be fucking joking.
Save money and encourage gas companies to supply more gas to Australians.
I got a fart fetish, so probably the one that's more gas. All right, cheers, mate. Okay, we're back. I do find it insane how Blizzard's reputation is just absolutely in the toilet right now. It's so easy for people to say EA is the worst company in the world, but I've never heard a good thing from Activision. I mean, the closest creator I can think of in this space who has ties to Activision Blizzard is Pirate Software, and his reputation at the minute isn't doing too great. Now, he actually said that Overwatch 2 wasn't what killed the game, but instead Overwatch League. And that was basically Overwatch's attempt at doing an esports league. And as many YouTubers have probably said in their videos, despite being disgustingly rich, esports teams never work out. They never end up being profitable.
What would have been correct was to...
Yeah, that's true. That's kind of true. But you gotta remember, I don't think many coaches get into coaching a sport that they like because it's profitable. I think a lot of them probably do it partially through a love of the sport and wanting to continue, like, spreading it, if that makes sense. And it is kind of the same with, like, esports, in a way. Sometimes you gotta bite the profit bullet and say, oh man, I'm not gonna make record-making numbers. I can't join the rest of the, like, higher-ups and go with my, like, champagne and talk about record-breaking numbers because I just leveled out. Like...
do more world events, like keep it going. But the major derail was Overwatch League. We thought it was like the future of esports and doing regional-based teams, ensuring minimum player salaries and player protections. Like there was a lot of very good about Overwatch League.
And there would be teams associated with particular cities.
Yes.
And it would be international, it would be real competition. So the dream, the ambition
Kind of feels like a lot of people.
Now, they didn't just want like a small esports team or an esports league. They basically wanted to compete with the NFL.
Just, like,
that is how
instantly make a profit
inflated
from
their
something.
egos were about this. They wanted city-based teams, a franchise system, regular season schedule.
There were all these stories about like shady teams, you know, screwing their players over. Where it got away from us was there was a lot of excitement
there's reasons
about
other
Overwatch
than
League,
money
like
for
too
that,
much so, and then it
something
got
that's not fueled by
over-marketed to the
money.
people buying
When
the
you try
teams.
and pump a
They
bunch
went
of
on
money
this
into it, it just gets
roadshow
fat.
where they had a
I know
deck,
Pyro would love it,
basically,
but
and like you could put
it
anything in a
ain't
deck.
it ain't going
sell
anywhere
anything.
anymore.
And they were pretty much selling the
Basically
Brooklyn
the
Bridge
fucking
that
blueberry
Overwatch
from
League
Willy
was going to
Wonka.
be more popular than the NFL, and we got a bunch of billionaire investors in these teams.
Hey, you want to go see the NFL this weekend? No, honey. I'm going to be sat in front of my 1080p monitor that I think is totally okay for me and watching the Overwatch League. Now, I know a lot of people have controversial opinions about Overwatch when the game died. Most people, again, do cite it as Overwatch 2. I think the game died as soon as they didn't remove Zarya off the roster permanently. All right, I can feel people hovering over the dislike on this opinion, mostly because I was a Roadhog main as well. But why would you have a character that has an insane amount of health and also has a bubble shield that makes them invulnerable, that has a cooldown of like 3 seconds, so they can just end up spamming it constantly?
Was he talking about Winston?
Hey, listen.
Bro, the number of times that I have killed a Winston by watching him jump, then hooking him over the edge of a death pit. If he doesn't have his ult, his bubble shield don't mean shit.
I will say one thing Overwatch does have nailed down is inclusivity, because we basically got the soldier from TF2,
I'm
but
a
a
fucking
female
idiot.
version.
So
the
okay,
reason
Zarya
why
is
this
a
fell
bit more
apart,
difficult
apart
to
from
deal
the
with.
obvious that this never would have worked anyway, is they reached out to a bunch of billionaire investors, basically too many to count. They over-marketed it as this be-all and end-all. By the way, I know people are going to notice this immediately and probably think it's like a nicotine patch or something. What it actually is a dopamine patch full of essential herbs and minerals. Does it do anything for me? No, it doesn't. I'm going to wear it.
At this point, it's just like, I don't know. Sounds cool. It's made with safe stuff. There's nothing wrong with just like putting herbs and minerals against your body. I too can like rub a rock on my hand while I'm sleeping.
Anyway, but yeah, they basically overmarketed this, saying that, you know, oh, this Overwatch game, bro, it's gonna be bigger than the NFL. I think what a lot of people don't realize about taking down huge companies or trying to outcompete them, it really is because that they already have their tendrils in pretty much every aspect of that market anyway. And as applicable as Overwatch was to many demographics, like women who played as a Mercy main, you really just can't compete with how publicly accessible
Why have I been
and
called out,
the
bro?
heritage, I guess, of the NFL.
You know what?
And
I
because
call-
of this focus on this Overwatch.
Oh god, I almost choked on apple. I was about to say, why am I getting called out? And then I realized how often I call Pyro Cynical out, and I realized he can do that. He can do that.
Team. They had to take
just like me and my ass. Me and my ass? Me and my Astolfo physique.
all their focus away from working on Overwatch 2, which he cites as one of the reasons why, when that came out, it was an absolute disaster.
The day I got back, they said we signed this huge deal with Twitch.
Lucio was
for
fun,
streaming
but
of
I
Overwatch
mained
League, like a
Mercy
media
for
rights
a
deal.
large point in
And
time until I
that
learned about
means
Lucio's
that
wall writing.
Here's all these commitments we made for Overwatch League of like in-game stuff that had to exist. Like a lot of it was integration
eating my
with
asshole
Twitch
for now.
and camera control and that kind of stuff. The other part of it was a bunch of skins, you know, uniforms for all the teams, which was not just getting the art in the game, but there was huge technical challenges to how
Listen,
all
if
that
Pyro's
worked and
gonna
was efficient and
own his
hit the
thing, I
right,
gotta
you know,
own
memory
mine, goddammit.
footprint
It's
and all
only
that kind of
fair.
stuff. All of your plans at that point kind of go out the window.
My name Jeff basically said that this company got way too greedy, and instead of investing in the fans and their time and dedication and all the little loot crates they opened, they just wanted to make as much money as possible incredibly quickly. Now, usually you want to do that if you know that your company's falling apart. This is not at the point where Overwatch started to lose its player base
No,
yet.
that was
so
way
while people
before.
like Jeff, from his opinion, wanted to save Overwatch and create like an even bigger space for players and keep adding new characters that actually, you know, meant something, Blizzard, on the other hand, wanted to do the equivalent of the Haley Welch rug pull. Also, I've heard confirmed reports she's gone to bed. Can someone please check on the Hawk Tour girl? I want to know that she's okay. I hope she doesn't go to bed again for too long.
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt you, Nick, but anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
He also used the podcast to promote his
And
new
done.
game, The Legend of California, which is apparently a game set in California, but not during the current era of California. Thank God for that. Jesus Christ. Apparently it's set in the Gold Rush era instead. And while he was live streaming that game, a certain comment that he made went even more viral than the podcast, where he was basically responding to like toxic discourse about video games.
I never understand being hostile about it or being rude about it, but I understand being upset and I understand voicing your opinion. But like, if a game comes out and you don't want to play it and you've never played it, shut the fuck up.
I'm with you.
No one
Don't get me started on
Who
the
cares
spy,
about
bro.
my opinion if I'm not going to play it? And if I've never played it?
I'd
Like,
let him wear the
why
mask.
does my opinion matter on that?
If anything,
He
to
can keep it
me,
on.
he's probably mentioned something like that because of the, you know, the high guard situation. If you don't know what high guard is, no, I'm not explaining it. You really thought I was going to pad the video anymore. Fuck off. There's no way. Like, dude, if anyone...
Hey, look at that, bro. Even he, the like slot master himself, is not gonna like uber pad his video anymore. It's funny because he was calling himself out for it forever the other day when he was watching his old video, and I think he made himself meta aware of it.
Anyone watches this video and they have to be like, you know, introduced to what high guard is. My God, you either just fuck off.
How could you do this to me?
So at the minute, we've got everyone's favorite streamer to hate. No, not that one. We're getting to him afterwards, don't worry. But Rakai, what has he been up to? So Rakai has the reputation at the minute that he isn't incredibly smart. Now, I'm not talking about the IQ of the average streamer. Like, I get it. Like, I'm pretty dense. But this guy is being clowned on for not knowing that eggs come from chickens.
You know where eggs come from?
Chickens. Chickens.
Oh, these are eggs right here.
Hmm?
These eggs right here, we finna eat. Where do they come from?
Chickens. They come from chickens. Where else do they come from?
You tell me right now that this egg we're finna eat right here is from a chicken butthole.
Yes.
Color chicken.
Well,
Yeah.
And the thing is, I know what people are going to say.
yeah.
It's a clip farm. This is the entire thing that people do now. Like, for example, that stream with Clavicular and Androgenic, and he's adjusting his shoulder guards, and then, you know,
Reminder, by the way. This fucking meme at the beginning here of this dude, just for clarity's sake. Remember when I was crashing out about
is being clowned on for not knowing that eggs come from like, I'm pretty incredibly smart. Now, I'm not talking
Where
about
the
the
hell is
IQ of the average streamer. Like,
where the hell is it? The picture with
don't
of him
worry.
with the
But
book.
Rakai, what?
This right here, same dude, and you know what he's doing? He's making fun of Kai Cenat for having a second channel where he's trying to get better at reading out loud and improving himself. He is literally clowning on someone for trying to improve themselves, and he doesn't even know that chickens are what lay eggs. Suffice to say, I think we need to take his internet privileges away. Pure and simple.
These eggs right here.
Where else do they come from?
You tell me right now that this egg we're finna eat right here is from a chicken butthole. Color chicken.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I know what people are going to say. It's a clip farm. This is the entire thing that people do now. Like, for example, that stream with Clavicular and Androgenic, and he's adjusting his shoulder guards, and then, you know, everyone goes, oh my God, he's faking having muscles. Like, it's very obviously a clip farm to get people talking about it. But I think this is the exception because I genuinely believe that Rakai is just this dense. He somehow began his New Vegas playthrough with 0 in intelligence, 0 in charisma, and then he lost all the other points and basically just started with 0 stat on anything.
Damn. That bullet to the brain did work, bro. Thank Doc Mitchell you're still alive at that point. Dear Lord.
He also got into a fight with another streamer called Reggie after Reggie destroyed his streaming setup.
Oh, shit.
PC, bro. What the fuck?
Hey, listen.
The PC good. What? The PC good. What?
And then he gifted himself $6,000 worth of Twitch subs from Phantom's own account.
What?
All right, two more.
There is no fuck. That's theft. That is like felony level theft.
He also released his own shoe with Under Armour, which to me looks like those people that get the eye color changing surgery. And they are so happy. Genuinely, they love the color green that they got. They're definitely not hiding the tears or anything.
Say,
okay.
Like, that is not a vibrant green color. That is like pale blue, unfortunately, man. Imagine going through that. Imagine going through the most like terrifying, like, get your courage up, you're getting ready for eye surgery, just a really delicate grape centered right in your dome piece that is like where all of the information in the world comes through for the most part. And then let's just take that and start doing some crazy shit to it, right? And then you look in the mirror and you have that color of green. I would be so mad. They look like they got tear gassed. This is probably right after surgery, so their body is probably still like in pain and swollen and stuff. So I give a pass on that. But look at the color, dude. Just the color alone. It's so fucking like diminished. If I was going through surgery to get green eyes, I would never do it if I knew that this was the color it was going to come out to. That's fucking nutty.
Of the color green that they got. They're definitely not hiding the tears.
Yeah, like, look at that. That's really neutral lighting, too. Hold on. Look at that. Imagine the pain of recovery from an intense surgery like this, too. I would be so pissed.
The tears or anything. Now, okay, sure. You can say that everything I just said prior is a clip farm. Sure, okay, I agree with you. What isn't a clip farm is when you fly too close to the sun and you get a ban on Twitch, which is exactly what happened when he leaked the phone number of an NBA player, LaMelo Ball. This leak happened when he was opening his Instagram. Fly too close to the sun and you get a ban on Twitch, which is exactly what happened when he leaked the phone number of an NBA player, LaMelo Ball. This
Remember what I said about internet privileges? At this point, he has essentially gotten someone hurt. Not even like in a way of like actual physical damage, but like harassment is still something that is legally pursuable as damages. He is causing... Oh, dear Lord.
This leak happened when he was opening his Instagram DMs with LaMelo while he was streaming. And LaMelo probably found out pretty much immediately, mostly because he probably had 20,000 calls within 5 seconds. And he DM'd Rakai this. I do like all the anger that LaMelo is sending to Rakai here. And he just replies by saying, "It was a accident."
This is why... Okay, let me be real with you, Lackeys. This sort of shit is why, like, any responsible streamer has their shit set up like this. Like this. You want it to be a little box border specifically set to capture what you want to capture, and you don't go into fucking DMs. Why would you ever go into DMs live on stream? That's just asking for trouble no matter who you are. Dear Lord, man.
Was a accident. And when Rakai responds to him, he doesn't actually know how to spell the word accident, so he has to use dictation for it.
Hey, listen.
Accident.
There is no way.
Oh my god, bro.
And then later that day, he did post a tweet showing that he got a 30-day.
You want me to show you all my private contacts? Okay. Well, the first one should be familiar to you, because it's your home phone number, because I've been in contact with your mom a few times. And if you don't have a home phone, then it's probably her cell. I don't know, it's just the one that she picks up all the time. And then the second one... the second one is the Arby's, because I'm hungry. Like, a lot. That's it. I got euros and your mom.
Tagging LaMelo. And also on top of that, apparently, according to Twitch's rep, if he gets banned again, that's going to be permanent. So it's really obvious that Twitch do not want him on the platform. It's all right. He'll get a kick deal. He'll be totally fine.
I read about did you say want?
And now I think it's time to catch up with another streamer that I talked about recently, the Faithful Sheriff. He's obviously quite a controversial streamer, most notably for yoinking the Burnt Peanuts entire character, trying to integrate himself.
Hold on, what is this dude?
The streamer that I talked about recently, the Faithful Sheriff.
The Faithful Sheriff? Oh boy. I genuinely thought that was a new Burnt Peanut, like, avatar. I genuinely did. Unironically. 100% I thought that was Burnt Peanut.
He's obviously quite a controversial streamer, most notably for yoinking the Burnt Peanuts entire character, trying to integrate himself into the Burnt Peanut lore to mooch off him, and also going around preaching to people the word of God. Now, the most recent update I could find is apparently he's planning to sue the YouTubers Super Mega for defamation for posting fake DMs. Now, keep in mind, him trying to convert people to Christianity, that was the thing that he was doing for a while, and honestly, I think if there's a discussion there, there's not really an issue at all. But he became ultra infamous after yoinking the Burnt Peanuts character. And then there's various clips of him floating around defending the war in Iran.
And to be honest, Iran should have been 30 years ago, because they are the only nation that constantly says death to America, and has legitimately said they will nuke people if they get their hands on a nuke.
And then also trying to, like, convince
I stand by my statement. War is bad for both sides in every scenario. War is bad for both sides in every scenario. It shouldn't be something glorified, and it shouldn't be something lofted. It is bad for both sides in every scenario. It's a double-edged sword. Even if one way or another it's being used for a good thing, or you can argue it's being used for a good thing, it is still harming the wielder. And that is the danger in war. Like, it's something that cannot just be taken as a simple, oh, I'm on team A or team B. Are you team Jacob or team fucking, like, Edward, bro? Like, it's not, no. That's not how that works.
Kid in Fortnite about ice.
Oh, what do you want to do when you grow up? You got any ideas?
A fireman for SWAT team.
Ooh, that's cool. Maybe we could work for ICE.
Both of these while using the peanut filter.
Yawn,
so it just
get a new
reaches
bit, buddy.
multiple layers of irony. Now, Super Mega have been going around for a while. They are old head YouTubers. And they posted a tweet of the Faithful Sheriff with this caption: "The Faithful Sheriff asked us to recreate this image using his likeness so he can feel more included." And if you're wondering what's so funny about this image, there's a penis edited onto his avatar. Now, originally, he actually responded thinking, okay, this is pretty funny. But then things turned a little bit sour when he came back an hour later and basically said he doesn't know Super Mega and he never asked for Matt or Ryan to post that image. And then Super Mega kept going, basically saying, "You requested us to do this for you." And then he replied going, no, I didn't, before then doubling down and posting a screenshot of a fake DM from the Faithful Peanut. I like how I just called him Faithful Peanut, and it's Faithful.
Let me be clear. I'm not comparing the people, or like what you're saying, Magare. What I'm saying is people who take it lightly and treat it like it's Team A or Team B, Team Edward, Team Jacob, just like it's a fandom or something like that. It's, oh, are you on this side or this side? Because I'm on this side and like my friend's on that side, and can we like balance the scales if we find like another person on your side? The people who treat it as anything other than a dangerous double-edged weapon, that is the shit that I don't tolerate. The people who lay down their lives, like, in military and stuff like that, I genuinely, like, my heart goes out to you. You're defending something you believe in, you're doing what you think is right, but I don't think they should be necessary, or at least it shouldn't be as necessary, because it's a double-edged sword, like I was saying. It's not like that. I'm mad at the people who are treating it like it's just pick a side. Are you like a fan of, I don't know, the Seattle Seahawks or the Texas Longhorns? That's when it pisses me off. Like, Ares is a god in the Greek pantheon, and there's a reason that he has kind of been used in my lore as the de facto villain. Not because war in and of itself is evil, because it's not. I think there is genuine times that it can be used for good things, but it is dangerous, and the one wielding the double-edged sword is the true one behind the threat. War as a horseman, there was a post that I saw forever ago where someone was like redrawing the horsemen of the apocalypse, and War was the only horseman of the apocalypse that they drew who was not leading their own horse. War was a child on the back of a horse, bridled in chains, with a crown of thorns atop their head, and the horse is being led by someone off screen. War, like many other things, is a tool. It's not inherently evil, it's the motives and motivation, and it's so dangerous that it needs to be used as little as possible, if that makes sense.
Faithful Sheriff, like, Jesus Christ. But basically, in this fake DM, you know, he's basically making it out that the Faithful Sheriff was asking them to make this image, as well as sending a picture of his real-life penis as a model. Again, all of this is fake, but this is what mind broke the Faithful Sheriff. He became the Faithful Vigilante. He basically tweeted at Super Mega saying, if you don't admit that this isn't real and don't take down the tweet, if you're not complying, I'm gonna get a lawyer and send you a cease and desist. And then the next morning, he posted a clip from his stream talking about the situation, saying that, you know, I thought it was funny. It was a joke for all of us, right? You're not laughing at me, right? No, you're not laughing at me. We're laughing together, right?
At first, I thought it was funny, and I was like, haha, okay, they're posting this as a joke, haha. Okay, yeah, that's funny, cool, haha. They said that the Faithful Sheriff asked us to recreate his image using his likeness so he can feel more included. As some of you might know, this is a recreation of a burnt peanut image of his private parts. The problem is I never talked to these guys, I never asked for this. So obviously I thought it was a joke.
He's being made fun of again, and he thinks that they're trying to basically run a smear campaign to ruin his image as a Christian content creator. All I'm going to say about this entire thing, I don't think it's Super Mega that is causing this guy to have a bad rep. I think that that's a very small, that is a very small, that is probably about 2.
Hold on, let me check. Yeah, everything's Gucci on my side.
Percent of the reason why people are just laughing at this guy online at the minute. Then he shows the real DMs of him asking Super Mega to take the post down. But yeah, I mean, at this point in time, he still seems pretty keen on, if Super Mega don't take it down, he's gonna pursue legal action. Will anything happen? Nothing ever happens.
How do you do, fellow kids?
So the 98th Academy Awards ceremony took place on Sunday. One battle after another won Best Picture. Michael B. Jordan won Best Actor for his role in Sinners. And Timothée Chalamet, he got nothing. He got absolutely nothing. There were actually so many jokes that were made at Timothée Chalamet.
Is it just me, or does Daniel Thrasher look a fuck ton like Timothée Chalamet? I feel like I can't be the only one to have made that connection, but like it just clicked in my head when I saw that image, because that straight up looked like it could have been... That looks like it could... That literally looks like it could be him.
He got nothing. He got absolutely nothing. There were actually so many jokes that were made at Timothée Chalamet's expense during that ceremony. That's because he made an offhanded remark
dude who's always
while
like
on a show
like
with Matthew McConaughey that was really out of touch. It was
like,
shutting down
when
other
you're
people in the
trying to make
industry,
something
and you can even
new
see
and
Matthew
you keep
McConaughey being like,
making
all right, fucking stop,
Daniel
all right.
And I don't want to be working in ballet or opera or, you know, things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though it's like no one cares about this anymore. all respect to the ballet and opera people out there. I just lost 14 cents in viewership. But
I mean, Timothée Chalamet probably has a bit of an ego right now. Most people in his situation would. He's basically the #1 actor for his age in Hollywood right now. He's basically Vox from Has Been Hotel if Vox had a jawline. That was really forced. Oh, that was really... God, that was fucking terrible.
Bruh.
Jesus Christ. Now, the ceremony was hosted by Conan O'Brien, one of the only late-night TV funny men that's actually funny. And he made this completely irony-pilled joke trying to appeal to the younger demographic, you know, the people that scroll on IG Reels.
We too. Is it good?
Are always trying to figure out ways to reach a younger demographic. And I've been assured this next segment will do just that. When you're hostmastering the Oscars and genuinely trying to rizz up the younger demographic by going brain rot mode, and even though you're
That is so fucking good.
NPCs, you're still S-tier level or a farming 6-7.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was good.
That's a message
that was
that
good.
the young people will definitely see watching broadcast television.
Now, you may have noticed that he said low-genuinely, not low-Kirkuinly, which was obviously mocking Charlie Kirk. People on Twitter asked about this, and then the comedian who wrote that monologue alongside Conan basically said, because people asked, what does the Kirk mean? They also played a skit at the end of the ceremony where Conan is given the role of host for life, but at the very end then gets replaced by Mr. Teeth.
What the fuck? Oh no.
Now, I know we've talked about a lot of streamer drama, so why stop now? You may remember the streamer Action Man. He actually had a small cameo when I did a recent recap on Joshua Block World of T-shirts. This particular clip where Josh is so blackout drunk that he is mistaking his phone with a block of cream cheese.
I'm trying to open my phone, but it doesn't want to.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's not your phone. That's a huge piece of cream cheese.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That is I don't know why that line actually does hit on the stupidest humor level. Well, I get it, but that's like he's supportive. He's there for him. He's trying to help him out. But that's a block of cream cheese. Like, facts are facts, dude. I get you. We want to get you on your phone, get you the call. But that's a huge block of cream cheese.
Or this other clip where he orders a burger and starts eating the box.
Dude, he's missing the burger. Yeah, he's eating the box.
Okay, well, now it's getting into the point of like, help this dude.
Action Man is the guy on the right to Josh, and he's always been known throughout the community to have a bit of a substance use problem. There was another clip from his stream going around with the caption saying that he relapsed on fentanyl with a random homeless guy he met on the street after being clean for 15 years. Now, the problem is with all these gimmick accounts that keep posting clips from streams, I've noticed something recently that's probably happened more than ever in the past 6 months. The captions are just fucking fake. They just lie. They'll say a caption that will get people to quote tweet it or to, you know, share it or interact with it, and there is no truth to it, and no one actually cares to do any investigation because you see a funny caption, you like it, and then you keep scrolling, you don't care, and then you probably forget about it 5 minutes later. Much like how this morning you probably woke up and watched a bunch of motivational Instagram reels and then forgot 5 seconds later.
Like thousands in donations.
Now, this caption is
like
complete bullshit, but there is actually some truth to it. So Action Man, his real name is Aaron Travis. He's publicly discussed his past struggles with heroin, even saying himself on Twitter that when he started streaming, he was actually 6 days sober from a 10-year addiction to heroin. On a recent podcast, he actually said that he was 9 years clean from heroin, but also stating that he wasn't completely sober.
I mean, how do you like stay sober?
Well, I mean, I'm not 100% sober.
For sure, but I mean, stay off heroin.
I'm
like,
off
how do you? Does it call to you every now and
Never.
then? Or? Really?
Never. I never think about it.
And obviously, it's really commendable when anyone can actually get sober from drugs or just any kind of substance use. I mean, one example I can think of is the actor David Mastalchian. If you don't know who he is, you've definitely seen him, but in mainstream films, he's always had a very, very small role. He's been in The Dark Knight, he's been in Prisoners, he was in Blade Runner, but again, these are more just kind of cameos, if anything. But one of his most popular films, where he is actually a main character, is Late Night with the Devil, that came out back in 2023. I just think it's a really pretty versatile actor, and he did talk about his
think I've
issues
seen
with
that
heroin
one.
abuse and how he just went completely clean. So obviously when this gimmick account came out with this post of him, you know, overdosing on fentanyl, people got a little bit worried. If it's, you know, alcohol, we've seen it with Joshua Block. If it's weed, it's most streamers. If it's cocaine, it's probably most streamers. But fentanyl seems to be this other power level, mostly because you need like a microgram compared to other drugs to basically just kill you immediately. But he did actually respond to the clip himself, saying that what he bought was an over-the-counter legal pill, saying that he had no idea it was going to be that strong. Doubling down, saying that he doesn't remember any of it, and W stream. I have no idea what kind of pill that he's talking about. I know America has like a variety of like these gas station pills that you take that don't even have the ingredients listed on the back of them, like really dodgy stuff. So maybe it was something like that.
Oh no,
Now,
there's
to
no
stop
way
talking
they
about
did.
streamer drama, I want to talk about Pokemon.
Dude, the day that Pokemon submits to the AI trend, it's over. They are the bastion. If that shit falls, you'll never see the end of it. Good thing though, Nintendo is greedy as fuck about their IPs. They will fight tooth and nail to keep that shit, but the moment that they accept folding that shit in, it's over.
Pokemon drama. You might remember Pokemon Go, the game that managed to somehow get everyone out of the house in 2016. Then it kind of fell off. Then lockdown happened and everyone went outside again. And then it kind of fell off again. But at its peak, it reached 232.
I might get in a little bit of trouble for saying this, but allegedly, at one point, someone claimed through a secondhand experience that I played a lot of that game from Wi-Fi before I had mobile data. Now, how does that work, one might ask? And my response is, allegedly, joystick controls. I don't know if any of you Lackeys ever did any of that. I'm pretty sure it's against rules, so I don't recommend doing it. Whoa, I got something in my eye. Only the one eye, though. That was a little weird. And it worked, allegedly, possibly, in a theoretical universe in Minecraft.
Million active players. That was probably most people having 3 phones going around sweating to try and catch shinies. Now, you might be delighted to know that while you were Pokemon going to the polls, the app wasn't only collecting your data, because unfortunately we're also fucking normalized to that now. It was actually collecting photos and scans to build a 30 billion image database, which is now being used to create an AI map of the world. And it's apparently going to be used for delivery robots. Now, Pokemon Go is currently...
Is that why it drained your battery so fucking bad? Because that game was killer on battery.
Owned by the company Scopely, but it was originally owned by Niantic. And Niantic founded this AI offshoot called Niantic Spatial. Niantic Spatial has been using these images and metadata captured by Pokemon Go players to create this massive crowdsourced database. And it can pinpoint locations of where you are on the map within a few centimeters, simply based off snapshots of buildings. So yeah, it's really good to know that this company is going to make billions of dollars off of all of your backs. So apparently at first they're going to use this for food delivery robots. They're going to team up with this company called Coco Robotics, which describes itself as the world's largest fleet of self-driving delivery vehicles. They claim to run like 1,000 delivery bots in LA, Chicago, New Jersey, Miami, Helsinki as well. And they move along the sidewalks
I feel like that's kind of the thing that is going to be
5 miles an hour. And they can even hold up to 8 large
issue.
pizzas or even several grocery bags. You wouldn't order 8
but
pizzas, would you?
stealing the
Not a
fucking
single
data
thing,
from
you fat
Pokemon
bastard.
Go
I mean,
to
especially especially
this
in
is
America, these
crazy.
AI delivery robots, they aren't anything special. Like, they've been around for
Geocaching
quite a
is
while.
cool.
They're usually called last mile delivery robots because they're only really capable of handling the very last portion of a delivery.
I've
The
done a little
company,
bit of
of course,
geocaching
has
with
been
my
working
grandma
very
and
closely
my
with OpenAI as well. Like in
I think
June
she's
last year,
niece.
Coco Robotics
Cousin?
received $80
Something like
million
that. I
of
don't know.
investment from OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman, and then also his brother, Max. I will never let go that Sam Altman, the creator of AI, shares the exact same surname with a guy in Dead Space that died, and he was basically martyred as some false prophet for a religion. Like, I will never get over that. That is a very niche reference. Hopefully someone watching this understands that reference. They also announced this research partnership with
I still need to
OpenAI,
play
saying that
the
they're
other
going to
Dead
share
Spaces.
insights
They're
gained
in
from
the
their
list.
technologies, which I'm assuming includes
Although I think we're gonna
everyone's
go do
Pokemon
another
Go data.
Danganronpa
Now, according
soon.
to Coco Robotics
I've been
CEO, the
feeling the
robots
vibe for the
struggle to use GPS in dense urban areas, which is apparently a huge problem, and the only way it can be solved is by using people's Pokemon Go data. Do you hear that? That's Cope. Now, Niantic Spatial, the Pokemon company, has apparently been training its model based on 30 billion images, and these have been captured in densely populated cities, particularly around in-game hotspots. So yeah, I basically waffled on quite a while there just to tell you another story of AI did the bad thing again. It stole all your data. Unlucky.
Jesus. Wow. Yeah, it's one of those things where company, you know what? I'll show you exactly what it is. This is a video that I've seen before, but hold on. Let me show you what's going on right now with every company ever. I saw this video off stream with Carnix and Neko, and dear lord, it's a good hold on. It is the most accurate shit I've seen in a while. We're adding a bonus video to tonight's broadcast. We've still got some other ones, but this is an unplanned one. Every tech company right now, for some reason.
Hi, I'm CEO of company, makers of product.
Oh.
We've got some big news. Instead of pulling our thumbs out of our asses and innovating product, I'm happy to announce that we have shoved an AI into it and laid off half our workforce.
Why
was
is the
quadruple
stream
charged on my
disconnecting?
last billing cycle.
The stream just disconnected a second ago, but it looks like we're back. This is some bullshit, I'll tell you that right now. I don't know what the fuck's going on with my Wi-Fi.
Cycle. Can you help me?
Hello, Christina. I'm Brent. How can I help you today?
Hey Brent, my subscription was quadruple charged on my last billing cycle. Can you help me?
Of course. Here's how to restart your modem. That's right. We've replaced our entire customer service team, which has saved us a lot of money. And we're passing those savings right back to you. We bought 27 Super Bowl ad slots to advertise this. My tech bro nephew and his frat brothers think that this is a dope
Guys,
idea.
he's
Hey,
holding
Brent,
me against
can
my
you
will.
recommend some top-rated Italian restaurants in my area? Hello, Charles. I'm Brent. How can I help you today? Hey, Brent, can you recommend some top-rated Italian restaurants in my area? Of course. Now sending your
Social security number
to
the Chinese government.
What? Hey, whoa, look, more attractive dancing people. I have trouble sleeping at night, knowing that if God does exist, I will be answering for my sins in eternal hellfire.
Product. Now with Brent. Together, you can make us money.
Close-ups. It's quite literally... It's quite literally the just way that they're using like ethos, pathos, logos, manipulative stuff like I was saying before. It's funny as hell to me. Like, it's just the idea of like, oh, look at this. Don't you want to be like this person? So artistic, so fancy. Bootlegged right into the mainframe. I don't know how a generator sounds. Okay. Blammo. A video game so disturbing, doctors invest
video games that caused backlash in the media. The examples that come to your mind are usually games that went too far with violence or delved into certain sensitive topics. In the modern era, this typically includes action experiences where the gore and aggressive gameplay are next level, or horror games in which the story uses disturbing references that might not be suitable for everyone.
We couldn't show the rest of the trailer because simply it's just too graphic and just really disturbing. I mean, we were watching it this morning and we all had our mouths kind of open. We could not believe what we were watching.
However, what if I told you that the most notorious video game in history is neither modern nor has anything to do with the common perception of action and horror in gaming? Well, this is the surprising topic of today's video, because unlike our typical style of discussing horror games and explaining their backstories, the game in question this time is not horror by definition, but the lore behind it and the mysterious concept that led to its creation are the scary parts that resulted in its infamous legacy. Without further ado, let's dive right into—
Wait, it's an Atari game? Okay. It being an Atari game is a crazy fucking thing. Like, actual crazy shit. Hold on. I'm gonna pause our background vibes, because I think the lag spikes keep coming in waves every time it tries to load the song. So let's see if that fixes it.
To it.
The rise of video games.
In the 1970s, video games started to spread and gain mainstream popularity ever, because these years saw the rise of commercial gaming and home console systems, which became widely available to the public.
Actually played
This
a few
decade
Ataris.
was a cultural and technological phenomenon in every sense, and people were experiencing something that they never thought was possible. The most significant development was the release of the Atari in 1977, a console that you can use in your own living room and allows you to buy and swap different games, which was a feature that took the entire market by storm. However, in the 1980s, the video game industry began to shift, and people's eyeballs were more focused on a specific side of gaming that was considered more enjoyable and challenging, but also much more addictive. I'm talking about none other than arcade games. And even though they were already available in the 1970s, the 80s was the golden age in which they flourished and became the driving force in digital entertainment worldwide. For example, the release of Pac-Man was a global sensation that broke away from the usual genre of shooters. The non-violent maze chase gameplay appealed to a much broader audience, including women and casual players, leading the game to become the first icon for the industry, because it was recognizable for everyone, regardless of their age.
Yellow creature gobbles dots while being pursued through maze by monsters. Believe it or not, those things are really happening on 200 electronic video games here at Chicago Fest. What you see here is part of a national phenomenon that we call high-tech rec.
Following this huge success, similar experiences were released later on, and people literally became obsessed with putting their coins in the machines and delving into a virtual world where their skills are put to the test. The reason behind this unique dedication is because arcade games at the time were the epitome of technology when it came to gaming, and they had certain graphics, sound designs, and controls that were far more...
Okay, initially I was surprised, but I don't know why I'm surprised that there was a Simpsons, like, beat-em-up side-scroller. That's funny as fuck to me. Also, this game here, what was it, Congo Bongo or whatever? That game looks sick.
Advanced than home consoles. With that being said, in November 1980, The company Stern Electronics released an arcade game designed by the genius programmer Alan McNeil. But unlike Pac-Man, this one comes back to the popular formula of shooters. The game in question is called Berserk, and it allows you to control a green stick figure humanoid navigating through a series of randomly generated maze-like rooms. The objective is to destroy all the patrolling robots in each room and escape to the next, while avoiding being shot, touching the deadly walls, or running into a robot. But what made Berserk stand out among its peers is that the robots can speak and threaten the player with phrases like,
"The humanoid must not escape. Destroy the humanoid."
Oh shit, it was the first voice lines in video games.
Now, if you're someone who's used to the modern standards of technology, you're probably wondering how this is impressive. But for people in the 1980s, this was actually the first time ever that they heard.
Oh wait, are they using that trick where you can hear like in the massive like piano MIDI, you can hear the words of Smash Mouth hidden in it? I feel like that's what it is.
Video game characters speaking in gameplay. The surprises don't end here, because the most enticing element in the game is something called the Evil Auto, which is a bouncing smiley face that shows up in certain sections. This enemy is invincible, and it can move through walls and chase you relentlessly, forcing you to either escape or die, especially since defeating it is impossible. Long story short, Berserk was unique, fun, and incredibly challenging. It offers completely unpredictable scenarios through its randomly generated mazes, while also adding a realistic touch by making the enemies speak, a combination that blew people's minds.
Certainly. National Theatre for you, my liege. Oh! Very funny. No, not now, love, it's busy. Pathetic.
However, even though arcade games were popular for being a source of joy and entertainment, they still had a dark side that was getting more and more worrying over time. Due to their
shit, I think I know where this is going. It's going into addiction, isn't it?
Innovative mechanics and exciting content, many people in the 1980s were too fascinated and engaged, reaching a point where the games became a central part of their daily life. Simply put, arcade games were the definition of addiction, and the fans had a hard time moving away from the machines and going back to real life. But make no mistake, certain games were much more addictive than others. And if we had to rank which one reigns supreme in this department, Berserk would probably be the undisputed champion. The main reason is that the game's controls are very simple, making it easy for anyone to pick up and play. But the catch is that the gameplay is not a walk in the park, and it actually requires a high level of skill to complete all the missions. The fact that each room is different and any single mistake can be fatal gave players a powerful sense of thrill when they escaped, especially since the Evil Auto is a challenge that forced many people to give up. And if you're familiar with the rabbit hole of these games back then, you definitely realize that reaching a high score was the goal of every player who touched the machine.
John Jones made more than 20 million points after playing for 41 hours on a quarter. The record is nearly 26 million points.
41 hours on a single quarter. That's fucking legendary shit, dude. Holy fuck.
So, when you combine a game that requires skills with a scoring system that highlights talented players, you basically get zombie-like humans who are stuck in front of a machine for hours, which is exactly what happened with Berserk. As a result, the media began a vicious campaign against these games, highlighting their damaging effects and how they're becoming a serious threat for the mental health of younger players, who developed a clear obsession with them.
We'll see health warning labels anytime soon on video games, but it is true that too much of a good thing can be hazardous to your health.
Linda, this is the next generation of video games, but these ones are not just for kids. There are a lot of grown-ups hopelessly hooked as well.
But just when fans were ready to push back against these claims and debunk them, something horrible happened.
Oh, what the fuck? The first recorded video game-related death in history. Oh, dear lord.
On January 12, 1981, a 19-year-old boy named Jeff Daly decided to go to his local arcade in Suffolk City, Virginia, so he could play Berserk specifically. Jeff fan of Berserk, and he played it on a regular basis. But this time, he played the game for long hours, and was eager to rack up as many high scores as he could before leaving the shop. He kept pushing and pushing until he reached the score of 16,660. But a few seconds later, Jeff began to crumble, and he suddenly...
Oh no. Dude, the fact that 666 is in the number is going to be something people are going to inflame, isn't it? I guarantee you.
Probably went through sudden cardiac arrest that ended up being deadly. On the other side, some experts stated that stress and adrenaline can have a big role in such conditions, especially when the person...
I will be honest, as someone who every time I go back to playing Dead by Daylight after a long break, the moment that adrenaline kicks in, I start to, like, get genuinely worried, right? Like, I start to be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, my heart is racing even when I'm no longer, like, in a chase or whatever. And, like, adrenaline can hit you like a motherfucker. It's a drug. Like, it's the kind of drug that if people... No, actually, it is a drug. It is the kind of drug that people have to get a prescription for because it's a fucking EpiPen. It saves you from a, like, goddamn allergic reaction just long enough for actual doctors to save your life. Like, that shit is strong. It's no joke. People die from, like, getting a too heavy a dose of it. That's why your body is so, like, carefully attuned with it.
Is going through a very intense experience that combines concentration and excitement, which...
The stream is so fucked, Jinx didn't rev up the engine well enough. God damn it. Hey. Come on.
Which is exactly how Berserk works. Jeff's case stood out because heart attacks among teenagers are very rare, and the fact that it happened immediately after gaming created the idea that the game itself was dangerous. The theory was amplified by some scary speculations regarding the last score that Jeff achieved.
What did I fucking say? I called that shit, dude. I fucking called it. Also, I think I'm out of gasoline. You know, now that I've paused the video and I'm looking over here, I'm realizing this engine isn't running in this generator unless I'm pulling on the cord. Well, shit. Okay, I think I've got some flares, and I think maybe one hand grenade. I should be okay to find some more fuel. I fucking explored almost everywhere in the bunker already, though.
Which is 16,660. People who were invested in arcade gossip and urban legends could not help but focus on the number 666 in the score, which is widely known as the sign of the devil. These rumors spread like fire because in the early 1980s, moral panics about video games and satanic influences were already very common in the US. So when a coincidence like this was picked up, many people started exaggerating the details to prove that Berserk was actually cursed. With that said, Jeff's story is not fully confirmed, and there are multiple contradictions that make us unable to understand what really happened. What we know is that his death was initially reported in a gaming magazine called Video Ace in 1981, and later on, it was mentioned in various other publications, but without clear verifications. Anyway, people eventually moved on, and the panic was slowly fading away, because the event was not properly documented and the details were mysterious. However, 1 year later, on April 3rd, 1982, an 18-year-old teenager by the name of Peter Bukowski woke up on a snowy morning and went to Friar Tuck's Game Room, a popular arcade in Chicago. When he arrived, he knew very well what game he wanted to play, and as you can guess, his favorite game was obviously Berserk. Within 15 minutes, he managed to get his initials on the high score leaderboard twice. And in arcade culture, this is a big accomplishment that makes any player insanely proud. The boy was very skilled in the game, and he had experience playing it. But a few seconds after his achievement, he stepped away from the machine and went toward the doorway before he suddenly collapsed on the ground. People did not hesitate, and they called help very quickly, hoping that Peter would be fine. But shortly after arriving in the hospital and spending some time in emergency care, the doctors revealed that he died. His death became a national story across the country because this time the case was documented by newspapers, authorities, and so many witnesses, meaning that it was very hard to ignore the event. The official diagnosis indicated that Peter has had a heart condition for some time, and it made him vulnerable to heart attacks, especially when he pushes himself to the limit. But even though doctors did not provide any external factors behind what happened, the public was so quick to think about Berserk. Nevertheless, the media made sure to publish headlines connecting Peter's death to video games by highlighting how the tragedy happened while he was playing Berserk. The fact that Peter's collapse took place in public in a busy arcade also meant that so many people saw the incident firsthand, which led to a growing panic and a lot of theories related to Berserk. Eventually, the autopsy results came out, and the doctor Mark Allen stated that they investigated the possibility that video game stress was the direct cause of death. But he refused to give a final answer, and did not want to either confirm or debunk this claim.
Some argue that players get so hypnotized by these games that they have little time for anything else. How many hours do you play it?
I don't know, 6 or 7.
A day?
Damn.
Regardless of any official statements, by that time, the media and the population had already concluded that Peter's death was clearly a result of certain dynamics related to playing Berserk, which is a reasonable conclusion if we're being honest. Following this tragedy, Peter Bukowski has become the first reported death in history that is directly related to video games. And even though there were some similar incidents before him, his death was the first to be fully documented and investigated. But for many, he was the second teenager who died while playing Berserk within 1 year, because many magazines were mentioning Daly and Bukowski in the same context, which cemented the idea that Berserk was somehow deadly. For the next few years, there were no reports of anyone facing the same fate as Peter or Jeff. And due to the big number of games releasing every month, players were too busy to focus on the old news surrounding Berserk. But little did they know, the disturbing phenomenon of Berserk was far from being over.
Interesting. So there is some sort of tie-in factor. At least it seems that way.
On March 20, 1988, the night was unusually warm, and a 17-year-old teenager called Edward Clark was walking through the River Oaks Plaza in Chicago, a place where he often spent time with his friends. Clark was known among the locals, and after a few minutes of exploring the area, he decided to step inside Friar Tuck. And if you were paying attention to the video, you obviously remember that this is the same game room where Peter Bukowski died 6 years ago. Clark played multiple arcade games and was having so much fun doing so. But then, he wanted to move on to another machine, so he could play Berserk.
Oh, no.
For some reason, he found a few coins on this machine that were left by another player, meaning that he can use those coins to play for free, which is very normal in arcade games, because many players tend to leave the shop before finishing their sessions. Nevertheless, Clark was happy with this discovery, and he used one coin to start the game. As he was playing and enjoying his time, a 16-year-old boy started walking toward his machine, looking for nothing other than trouble. This boy is called Pedro Roberts, and he was very angry at Clark because according to him, the coins were his, and Clark had no right to take them. Clark knew that these claims were BS and that Roberts was clearly trying to enforce his dominance to intimidate him. As a result, he refused to leave the machine, and he told Roberts to back off. leading the argument to end at this point because Roberts seemingly accepted his defeat. But just when everyone thought Roberts was stepping back, he suddenly escalated the dispute and pulled an actual knife to threaten Clark and his friends. This is when the staff in the arcade intervened and they removed Roberts from the shop, hoping that this would be the end of this horrible conflict. But
hell no, you get the cops, dude. He's gonna follow that kid home.
To be safe, the staff allowed Clark and his friends to stay in the shop for 10 more minutes, and before leaving, they advised them to
10 minutes? A dude pulled a knife on someone in your store. You took the dude with the knife, got him outside. Good, I guess. You got him contained and away from your staff and, like, customers. And then you gave them fucking 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Oh, he's following him home for sure.
Walk in the opposite direction so they could avoid Roberts. The group ignored their advice, and this is very sad because this decision will have horrifying consequences a few minutes later. The staff had a sense that Roberts was not planning to give up by leaving the shop, and they were actually right because after walking away, Roberts found a spot nearby and he was waiting. And since Clark and his friends decided to go in the usual direction, the confrontation with Roberts was only a matter of time. In a shocking moment, when Clark was passing by the alleyway, Roberts ran out and stabbed him in the chest without any hesitation before escaping the scene. Initially, Clark thought that he was okay, and he even refused to let his friends call the ambulance. But moments later, he collapsed on the ground and was taken to the hospital as fast as possible. Sadly, Clark did not make it, and he was declared dead upon his arrival, making his fate a complete tragedy.
Damn.
Roberts was then arrested, and he only served 11 years in jail due to his young age. But in my opinion, this sentence is laughable, and it doesn't give Clark the justice that he deserved. It simply means that the killer was set free in his 20s, while Clark's family and friends lost their loved one forever. It's also worth mentioning that a witness said that the stabbing took place inside the shop and not outside, but this was not fully confirmed. However, what caught people's attention the most is that the last game Clark was playing before his death was the one and only Berserk. And the entire debacle happened just when Clark was trying to play it, and not during his previous sessions.
That's what annoys me.
This coincidence revived the memories of Peter Bukowski and Jeff Daly, who died shortly after playing Berserk in the early 1980s. And even though Clark did not die as a result of a heart attack, it didn't stop people and the media from linking Berserk with death. Some said that the game is cursed and it had supernatural effects, while others speculated that the incredibly addictive nature of the gameplay has a strong impact on the brains of teenagers, which can push them to violence when they're not allowed to play. The intriguing part is that there's actually some truth to these claims, and Berserk is not completely innocent.
Interesting.
When the panic around Berserk started back in the 1980s, it was relatively easy to dismiss the supernatural claims that some people spread about the game. But when it comes to the claims regarding its influence on the body and the brain, this is a serious discussion. For example, if you focus on the concept behind the gameplay, you'll find out that it's technically a loop with no limit, meaning that despite having a restricted program, your mind can still convince you that you can play for long hours without finishing all the possible scenarios. Although the mission is simple and it's all about shooting robots and surviving, every time you move to the next room, it's always a different challenge because they are randomly generated to keep you curious. You're pushed all the time, so you can see how far you can go, and just when you think you have won, the game slaps you with another scenario, forcing you to say, one more room. For the average player in the 1980s, this was not a regular video game. It was basically a magic spell that provided unlimited entertainment on a screen right in front of them. On top of that, the game is easy on paper, which allows it to attract as many people as possible. But once they become invested in it, they realize that they need sharp reflexes, spatial awareness, and skills, making it a personal challenge for players who want to stand out.
Lucky.
Now, if you take all these elements and combine them with talking enemies and a bizarre bouncing ball that hunts you down, you get yourself an experience that feels like a drug. Every time you consume some, your body and brain want more and more, which can be very dangerous for certain teenagers.
Just dopamine, isn't
According to medical experts, the real issue is not the game itself, but it's actually the dynamic that happens while playing it. Berserk is an exceptionally intense experience because robots attack all the time. And if you hesitate or make one single mistake, the evil auto comes after you. This design forces you to panic and triggers a fight or flight response, which eventually causes your adrenaline to increase, your heart to beat faster, and your blood pressure to go higher. For healthy people, this might not be very risky, but for players with a vulnerable heart, this can be a recipe for disaster. When it comes to the brain, the excitement behind playing Berserk is also much more effective with teenagers than you think. Scientifically, the brains of teens are more sensitive to dopamine than adult brains. And when they get used to normal activities like studying or going to school, a game like Berserk can actually be overestimated in the minds of youngsters, resulting in a strong dose of dopamine funneling inside their heads.
You can't get hooked on it.
Are you?
Yeah. It keeps on making you play the game. Once you start to play it for a while, you keep on playing it.
Any normal person would want to beat the machine.
And you come back?
Oh, sure.
Again?
Oh, sure.
Again?
Yeah.
The doctors explained that this is why younger people are very comfortable with ignoring hunger, sleep, or responsibility just to keep playing. Because in their perspective, the game is more important, and self-control is not a priority. So besides messing with their hearts, the insanely enticing experience of playing Berserk forces many teenagers to become anxious and angry when someone separates them from the game, which might explain why Roberts lost his mind against Clark and was ready to kill him just because he was standing in the way between him and Berserk. And by the way, don't make the mistake of comparing the impact of video games in the 20th century with the modern era. Because trust me when I tell you that the excitement and obsession that video games caused in the 1980s are infinitely more powerful than today. The world at that time was dealing with something they don't fully understand. And for younger people, video games sometimes were a matter of life and death. I say this because the tragic stabbing of Clark was not an isolated incident. And if you think Roberts lost control very easily, then let me introduce you to Siobhan Jones, an 11-year-old girl that turned into a monster for a shockingly casual reason. On October 29, 1982, Siobhan and her friend were playing Crazy Kong at the Speed Queen Laundry in Ohio. And if you're finding this location to be bizarre, you should keep in mind that arcade machines back then were everywhere, even in places where you come to wash your clothes. Nevertheless, the two girls were very focused on the game, and their eyes were stuck on the screen. But at one point, a 14-year-old boy named Charles Moore stepped in and began to tease the girls and interrupt them. Siobhan was very angry about Charles annoying her while she was playing, and as time passed, the argument between the boy and the girls got more intense and escalated very fast, leading Siobhan to engage in a physical altercation with him. At first, everything was limited to pushing and yelling, but when Charles showed no intention to go away, the little girl grabbed a knife and stabbed him one time in the heart. This attack was enough to end the boy's life a few hours later in the hospital, and when police reacted by arresting the girl, they were baffled by her age. Some witnesses stated that the girl used the knife because she felt threatened. But what made the story more unique in the media is that the main reason behind her initial anger is believed to be the boys' verbal comments regarding her performance in the game and her score.
Damn.
During those years, it was widely known that younger players take scores in arcade games very, very seriously, which means that interrupting them or mocking their gameplay can actually trigger them and make them go crazy. With that being said, we don't really know if the girl was obsessed with the game or not, or why exactly she felt the need to stab the boy. But for society, those details didn't really matter, because the fact that a video game was involved served as fuel for a phenomenon called arcade panic.
Arcade panic?
Hey, listen.
A literal mental... That's crazy.
What many people fail to grasp about the Berserk incidents is that they became infamous precisely because they occurred during an era when arcade games themselves were perceived as a cultural threat in every sense. I'm not just talking about concerns over teenagers playing too much or video games being bad for health, but I actually mean that many people, officials, and even governments saw the games as a psychological disease that's destroying the brains of the youth and turning them into zombies.
In 1978, a new Japanese machine appeared on American shores.
Whoa.
Although it looked innocent enough, this machine turned out to have some unusual powers. It kept kids mesmerized for hours, made teenage boys forget about girls, and even caused business executives to skip the 3-martini lunch.
In order to help you understand how significant this panic was, I need you to zoom out and see how the world reacted to video games back in the 1980s, when they began to spread like a virus. For instance, if we go to Asia, we'll find that in 1981, the Filipino president Ferdinand Marcos ordered video game machines to be dismantled and made a threat to operators to surrender their machines to the military within 15 days or face severe consequences. In other words, the Filipino government literally treated arcade games as a security threat that needed to be dealt with, even with force if necessary. Over the years, other countries like Malaysia followed a similar formula, and in 1983, they banned the use of video games in public spaces, and the move specifically targeted arcade games. The parents had a serious problem with seeing their children's minds getting swallowed by these machines every single day. The same sentiments were present in Singapore, where the government also cracked down on arcade games by banning their commercials and heavily limiting the access to machines in most of the country. The trend remained a reality in many parts of the world in the 1980s, and
they basically desensitized people to it at this point. Games are everywhere.
Even in the United States, various cities and towns passed several laws against the arcade business. These laws included forcing operators to stop allowing minors to play without the presence of their parent, limiting the number of machines per location, and making it much harder for new shops to gain a license. Many critics at the time referred to the business model as evil, and they were very angry about how its main purpose was robbing you of your money, your time, and even your soul.
The Hewell's game ban ordinance will probably come up before the City Council next month. And next year, the U.S. Supreme Court will decide whether such age restrictions are constitutional, a decision that's vitally important to the entire coin-operated industry and pack maniacs and everybody else.
When we look at these reactions from a modern perspective, most of us will consider them to be extreme, outlandish, and senseless. But at the same time, we can still see that the confusion had some reasonable basis. As I said earlier, many arcade games were indeed incredibly addictive, and in the case of Berserk, the dynamic of gameplay was disturbingly hypnotic for teenagers, reaching a point where the movements on the screen felt like they were intentionally designed to keep your eyes unable to look away. In fact, this notion led many skeptics back then to come up with a theory suggesting that some arcade games were used by the CIA for psychological experiments on the public, and specifically the youth. This resulted in the birth of a very infamous urban legend known as Polybius. For those who don't know, Polybius is a mysterious arcade game that was supposedly available in certain shops in Portland, Oregon during the early 1980s. According to witnesses, the game was different than anything they had seen before, and the people who played it became obsessed very fast and were lining up to play again and again and again. They said that it wasn't just fun or exciting, it was also mesmerizing and soothing, and seemed like it made your brain lose control because of how organized the movements on the screen were.
Straight up MK Ultra type shit. Is this
the problem, however, is that the existence of this game was never confirmed. Even though some people mentioned that they have clear recollections of its gameplay, and they gave descriptions of how it worked. Some rumors even stated that there were men in black suits who came to the arcades and looked like they were extracting data from the machines, but again, this remains a theory to this very day. But to be clear, this is not a theory that only some random Reddit users are discussing online. It's actually a big deal that the huge news organizations were also interested in investigating it and verifying whether the legend is more real than we think. Anyway, I don't have anything else to say for now, but if there's something we can learn from this whole mess, it has to be that you should really advise your loved ones to avoid certain video games if they have health issues. Despite the exaggeration of people's paranoia in the 1980s, it's actually a fact that intense games with high motion and fast reactions can be dangerous for both adults and teenagers if they are already suffering from a vulnerable heart. And by the way, believe it or not, one of the things that helped in normalizing video games over the last few decades was none other than home consoles. The rise of PlayStation and the astonishing innovation of domestic machines like Nintendo made it easier for people to abandon the arcade machine and enjoy their hobby at home. If you found this video informative, make sure to like it, and you can also join the channel and become a member if you want to.
That was a sick video. Speaking of drinking water, I've been drinking off my... Is this strawberry? No, that's grape. I don't know how I couldn't remember what flavor it was when I've been drinking it, but I've been sipping off of my grape Fanta, but I got a jug of water right here I'm also taking sips from. Delicious. Apologies for muting so much today, Lackeys. We've got one more video to watch, so let's go ahead and pull that bad boy up. Blammo. Critical hit, baby. Naked burglar situation is crazy.
In the Midwest safety... Have you seen the Midwest safety surprising the naked burglar?
What?
Man, why do so many burglars go in naked? I haven't seen that.
I have no idea what the fuck we're dealing with right
surprise
now.
A naked burglar.
Also, it doesn't look like me turning off the music as help.
Why,
so I'm gonna
though?
put it back in here.
Well, I mean, I get why they'd surprise him. They gotta get him out of there. I just mean, like, why naked?
Hey, listen.
Doesn't even give you any, like, advantages.
The heat was set on 81. There is a fire. There's a fire.
We're getting to that.
A fire.
Bonfire in the center.
I love the way she says fire. That's the same way Vince McMahon says it.
It's a super southern accent.
Bonfire in the center.
It's a
So no
bonfire.
one's like cleared the house yet?
No,
Been through the house?
We didn't go in. We were gonna wait till y'all got here before we went.
And the sunroom door was open, so we don't know if they were in there and they come out or they're still in there.
Is your mouse giving you crap, Lucky?
Sheriff's office.
Come out with your cock in the air. We've heard reports that you're nude.
So they called because of a fire. They didn't even... I don't think they even called because of, like... Oh, yeah,
He's
look.
definitely made himself at home.
They're spotting that someone's been staying
Pause
here
the gooning,
after
son.
being
Sheriff's
called
office.
for a fire. That's crazy. If he hadn't just, like, sent smoke signals, he would have never got caught.
He could be anywhere. Check the drawers.
Under the toilet seat? No.
Hold this deal.
If he comes down those stairs hard, mag dump. It's nerf or nothing. If he's soft, he's fine.
Grab
if it's
the
hard,
duster. Grab the duster.
take him down.
Tickle him. Grab the duster and tickle him.
We got him. Kick that shit in. Is that Ed Sheeran?
What the hell? Are those Pampers? Hello? What the fuck was in those bags? It looks like the diapers or like fucking dog pads or something.
I think I can hear his bare butt cheeks clapping against each other. I think this guy's naked. Sheriff's office. Hello?
The fact...
Man,
I
this
guess
fucking
it's
house
supposed
looks
to be
like
an
a
empty
back
house. I was gonna say, the fact that they're not calling out that they're police makes me a little worried that someone might freak the fuck out. But if this isn't someone's house that's, like, being lived in, then no one should be here.
There's somebody in that back bedroom with the door locked. We're gonna wait for another unit to get here.
We're gonna wait for the... We're gonna go wait for the, nudie police.
Back there that he could get out of.
They handle these kind of things. They come out in hazmat suits.
Okay, so they got an officer at the window, they got an officer watching the door.
There's a big glass window that's like a church.
Try and throw like a rock through the window.
I feel like he's been here for
Get the fucking SGU out here. Special goon unit.
Someone was playing a game on their computer, bruh. Was playing the fucking, like, pre-installed Windows games.
You could have joined in. Imagine he harmonizes with them.
Someone peeking through that window? Or is that just the design on the window?
Sheriff's office.
You better not be naked in there.
Wait, what did he say?
You better not be naked in there.
How can I help you? Oh boy.
You can open the door slowly and show us your hands. Hands.
Oh, he's fully naked.
Towards us.
And he comes... Okay, that stance.
Bro fucking
just
struck
like,
a power position.
Well, I never. Isn't this just the pits? We find ourselves in quite the pickle, don't we? I mean, he had plenty of time to put some pants on.
Yeah, he heard them when they came in the goddamn house, I'm pretty sure.
Stop. Turn around. Turn around.
I got it. Go ahead.
Is his cheeks clapping? Hold on. Are we actually hearing live footage of a man's cheeks clapping on the Nightside broadcast? Hold on, let's turn that up.
Stop.
Turn around.
Turn around.
You hear that? Hold on.
Stop.
Turn around.
Turn around.
I got it.
Holy shit, dude. Okay. Okay. At least he's double cheeked up on a Saturday afternoon or whatever day this is.
Go ahead.
Put your hands behind your back. Do not move. Do you understand?
Grab my hands. We got in the damn house.
Do not move.
Let's grab the damn hands. Weak ass idiots, damn.
Why is he so wet?
He's like oiled up.
Oh, there must have been a shower in there. Either that or
they
he
caught
was,
him
like,
while he
really
was in the
working up a
fucking
crazy
shower, dude. Imagine being a squatter in a house and you get so comfortable you're listening to music in the shower and don't hear the fucking cops come in the house. That is crazy. That is fucking crazy.
Yeah, this country too.
You guys want to clear that room real quick? 320. I'm coming out with one.
Oh, he's in the tub. Yeah, it was a bathroom.
Right. Good thing the phone didn't ring a couple minutes. Oh, the phone rang.
Well, that was easy.
I can walk.
Do you recognize this naked man? Is he supposed to be in the bathroom there?
So what the f?
Wow. Wasn't expecting that.
Super slippery, wet. Yeah, there's nobody else in here if y'all want to come on.
Is the house still smoking?
The house doesn't smell like it's smoldering, but it's the little fire is still smoking a little bit.
Thank you.
What's your
What
name?
even caught
I
fire?
don't have a name. Close the door and get me out of the country.
The suspect, as it turns out, did have a name. 24-year-old Mike Wilson allegedly started a fire in the house's sunroom and used photo albums that contained photos of the homeowner's deceased husband to start the fire. Luckily, the fire was put out by a relative of the owner who also happens to be a volunteer firefighter. The suspect was later charged with felony third-degree burglary and felony second-degree arson. He is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law. This next case shows another suspect keen on fire, as he possibly caused a large gas leak in his own apartment building intentionally.
What? Yeah, but he has his clothes on. So, kind of making a mountain out of a molehill. He's fully clothed.
Only breaking one crime, I guess.
Did Matthew been up for 3 days? You think?
Did Matthew's been up for 3 days? He said he did. Oh no.
Come on, let's go over here. Were you the only two up there?
Here we go.
We'll get them in a minute. What happened up there? You said you slipped and not?
Slipped and went in. There's the slip and floor. Slip in the floor.
So is your apartment reek like gas?
As soon as I get up the steps, we're slipping on the fucking steps in the snow and shoes and slipping on the floor. It's not a good day.
No, it sounds like a bad day.
Wow, okay.
Especially on day 3 of the meth bender. That's gotta be miserable, huh?
What's going on, bud?
Dude, you need sleep for your fucking, like, body to function. Like, if you don't sleep, your brain starts to literally, like, eat itself alive, essentially. It's not fucking good for anyone.
You guys in the backyard, just playing war games right there.
Okay.
Because they were playing war games at night, and they had squirrel, fake squirrel thing.
What? What do you mean? They got the squirrel involved in the games? That's fucking hype. They can do that?
Playing, like, referee or something.
My god.
When was the last time you slept?
Sir?
When was the last time you did math?
Just kidding.
Okay.
Oh.
In 3 days? And you haven't slept in 3 days?
Jesus, man.
Sleep, they just steal agents and shoot me up to sleep. Anything is funny like my house. It's funny than the house while I'm sleeping.
What?
Wake up and
God, meth seems so fucking miserable.
Oh my
Holy.
god, dude. Yeah,
Holy.
fuck that. Not for me. No thank
That
you.
just seems fucking terrible. I guess the only thing, like
fucking
about meth I could see being
nightmarish
attractive to
levels of
somebody is like how
inebriation.
fast you run. Because I've seen so many videos of damn near superhumans on meth catching up with cars. Like that one naked dude in the middle of the night with
What?
glowing red eyes like a werewolf or something.
What the fuck
But outside
are
of
you
that, like
talking
unless
about,
you're
Charlie?
training to be like a super soldier on meth, I just don't get the point. It seems fucking awful. Or that uncle dancing at the party. Or yeah, I guess, or the uncle dancing at the party. That's tough, man. This guy was on a meth bender and caused the gas leak.
That's what I'm wondering. Is
Well,
like,
luckily
he
no
just
one was hurt. Didn't you
fucking
create
punctured
mustard
a gas line?
Yeah, but that wasn't the result of a meth bender. That was the result of me needing to kill a cockroach. It was purpose-driven mustard gas.
I don't think mustard gas kills
Did the cockroach
cockroaches. I think
die?
it kills people.
You bet your sweet bippy it did.
Oh shit, I
But
stand
it wasn't the
corrected.
mustard gas that killed it.
Yep, I had a
Just
feeling.
crushing
Never
it.
mind.
In fact, it tanked the mustard gas pretty well, all things considered. Actually, maybe the mustard gas did kill it. Maybe it was dead when I got there. I don't know. It's been years now. But I do remember I smashed it. But maybe it was already dead. Maybe I went overkill. Was it chlorine gas from ammonia and bleach? Yeah. Isn't chlorine gas mustard gas? Or are they two different ones? Let me see. Oh no, they are different. So chlorine gas is what I made, not mustard gas. Well ventilated area, I hope. Yeah, it was very well ventilated. It was in my bathtub. In my bathroom. with no windows.
You know, ventilated enough.
Pretty much the optimal spot you'd want to be making chlorine gas.
Enough to kill the cockroach.
It's actually insanely easy to make. Yeah, exactly, brother, which is why it happened. I didn't mean to make it. I wasn't thinking, and I just started attacking the roach with chemicals. So I hit it with some bleach, and then I hit it with some toilet cleaner, which has ammonia.
Well,
so
yeah,
made
there you
chlorine
go.
gas in my bathtub. How old were you? I was young. I don't know.
Like a
I
year
was
ago?
like 25.
Yeah, I figured.
Something everyone goes through, really.
Jesus, man. Alright. Well, that was funny as hell. And a good way for us to wrap over into our gameplay for the evening. Although, I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna do something. We're gonna get the game launched up. We're gonna give it an opportunity to function on a regular level, right? But if it's still being laggy once we get this launched up, we might do our midway through stream bio break. And if I do the midway through stream bio break, we might end up doing a little bit of whatchamacallit. Oh, my brain. There we go. Trying to remember something real quick. It's not something I do easily. But if it's still being fucky, then I think we'll probably... I'll try resetting my router. Or like turning it off and back on again sort of shit. If that makes sense. And hopefully that will fix our issue. Because currently my Wi-Fi is trying to tell me that we've got full capability. But, suffice to say, Streamlabs and YouTube are both telling me that I'm getting some spotty connection here.
Hey, listen.
Blamo. Stream does seem stable now. Hopefully it was just the, whatchamacallit, the fucking Wi-Fi being a bit of a shyster, a bit shitty, a bit shady and feisty altogether. Blame. Alrighty. Hello, Lackeys. Welcome back to the Nightside broadcast. As always, I will be your hostess for the evening. The Nightside. Actually, you know what? We're gonna get in game. We're gonna get in game before I do my intro. Ankle bleeder. Get into a nice little spot here. There we are. Okay, get this out of here. How do I get rid of you? Get out of here. There we go. Hello, Lackeys. Welcome back to the Nightside broadcast. As always, I will be your hostess for the evening, the Nightside Jinx, your favorite punk underworldian broadcaster. And tonight, we return to the adventure of Ankle Bleeder here. Our good old Lalafell with a penchant for, well, blood and ankles, pure and simple. So her name is a little effectively placed. And tonight we're going to be joined by a certain someone, at least as much as free-to-play players can be joined by them, as a certain Fool of Fate maybe made a character to play alongside. So we're gonna be enjoying a little bit of that. They also went with the carbuncle, funny enough, if I summon up mine. But they're actually aiming to go as the summoner fully, whereas I am going to be picking up some knives here in just a couple levels. So, let's go ahead. He's gone ahead and done, like, all of the same quests that I have pretty much up till this point. And even though we can't quite party up, per se, we are gonna just kind of be doing the quests alongside each other. Exploring in the same areas and whatnot. The aura of confidence tells me you've not been idle since we last met. Hope I can read you alright for a task that requires the attention of capable adventurers. Might that adventurer be you? So we need to do what? Just be a capable adventurer, okay. What is that? So, there was something in the chat. Hold on, wait. Be wary of phishing attempts via Tal. Oh, yeah, I'm not clicking no fucking links. I saw that shitty link, like, example at the end, and I was like, that looks scammy. Oh, I can't laugh. Good to hear that I shall lay before you the sorry tale. You will have heard rumors of the abductions. Aye, citizens have been disappearing. Oh wait, this dude had a different voice. He had the... You will have heard rumors of the abductions. Aye, citizens have been disappearing from every corner of Winslow Minster, as if plucked from the face of Heidelin, roots and all by an unseen hand. And what's this got to do with Summerford Farms, you might ask? Well, that remains to be seen, but it seems a collection of right unsavory fellows with azure-tattooed faces has been creeping up on the edges of the field and spying on my human. Now, I doubt anyone would enjoy being scrutinized by such savages at the best of times, but the farmhands are convinced that they're the kidnappers of rumor, come for their hides. Needless to say, they're beside themselves with worry, and their work's suffering for it, which is the very last thing I need when my old crewmen are still getting used to their new jobs. 'Tis a struggle to get them to leave a farmhouse of a morning. That is, as they say, where you come in. Would you be willing to investigate these tattooed thugs for me? Sure. Good loss. The sooner we get to the bottom of this, the sooner this place will start to resemble a working farm again. I suggest you begin by having a look around Seasong Grotto. If reports are to be believed, our unwelcome visitors have occupied the place. Be careful though, Bleeder. I couldn't say for sure what manner of miscreants we're dealing with here. If they are the kidnappers, well, just be on your guard, alright? Okay, I can do that. Oh, shit. Hold on, I gotta clean my glasses. Took me a minute to understand what the fuck was going on, but one of my eyes was like going wonky when I was trying to read things. It's because that specific lens of my glasses is dirty. Let me go ahead and clean this bad boy out real quick. Okay. Blammo. So we need to just go over to Seasong Grotto in general. Sounds good. Let me release the dogs. Who let the dogs out? Me. I did. Okay. So where is Seasong Grotto at exactly? Oh, just in the middle of this area. Sounds good. Sprint mode activated. See you later, nerd. Ah, shit, he's catching up to me. I don't have any ice moves. I'm not playing with Thaumaturge. Where the fuck? It's like under. Huh? Oh, wait. I think it's over this thing. Because this thing over here is called Seasong Grotto. Yeah, okay, here's the entrance right here. Uh-oh. I think we lost him. Ow. Ooh, I need to kill some of these. Ruin. Oh, there he is. Ruby. Crimson red. We've just gotta wither so up with forever instead. Suspense. 6. Get a fire boy out here. What's that, dude? Okay. What do we got going on here? You're about to enter an instanced battle. Instanced battles only occur during certain quests and missions. Take a moment to read the information before entering. Okay. I'm assuming if we were in a party, we'd be able to move together, but sadly, as we are free-to-play players, we will not be able to be in a party, so we're gonna have to do this solo.
I am the waves that bear. I am the winds that guide.
I am the blood that gargles.
I am the evening stars. I am the morning sky. I am born of the sea, and there shall I die.
I turn pain into art, and art into fart. And there I shall shart.
Thus reads the sailor's requiem, carved into yonder stone. Such words well describe the manner in which the citizens of Limsa Lominsa live their lives. It is both a litany against misfortune for those out on the waves, and a prayer that the souls of those who perish on land might find their way back to the sea.
Well, now I kind of feel bad for talking about farting and sharding.
Ah, you are the adventurer I've seen around Summerford Farms.
I am indeed.
I thought myself on the trail of the kidnappers, but it would seem I have missed my mark.
Oh, hi, that's a big deal.
Perhaps not.
Okay. What the fuck? Hey, that thing's
As
in
I
Magic the
suspected,
Gathering.
the etheric disturbance here is no natural occurrence. Nor is it a coincidence that the two of us should come here in search of those responsible for the disappearances, only to be attacked.
Sure, something.
But who stands to benefit from the keeping of this secret? Oh, such thoughts must wait. Let us attend to the task at hand, unpleasant though it be.
Oh, sure. I don't want to fight this thing, but I guess we can. Oh god, he's summoning ads. didn't agree to that. Don't worry, I'm back on the big dude. I can tank it. I'm a tank character, clearly. That's a lot of big. Skedaddle. Main dude standing. Oh god, I'm getting fucked up. Okay. Hold on. It's a little loud. I'm gonna try and fix that rather rapidly if I can. Quickly, damn it.
Phew!
Another crystal. Tasty. Let's Abigail that shit. Crunch it down hardcore style. It's one of the 7 sages sealed away. We need to release them so that we can trap Ganon in the I don't know, whatever the fuck we trap Ganon in. Sacred Realm? Okay. 1 of 6 then, I guess?
Hear, feel, think.
You don't gotta tell me twice. I can't hear anymore, feel anymore, considering they're fucking hardwired into my goddamn brain. The thinking part, that one I can probably do a little more on. Am I though? Probably not.
Crystal Bearer.
Hello? Oh, it's another one of the shards.
I am Hydaelyn, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim.
Okay.
And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate.
Big rock. Do I just like shove it up my ass?
The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light.
Okay, so I do shove it up my ass.
Journey forth and lay claim to them.
Have a good one, Lucky. Thanks for coming out. Hey, it's Big Crystal Mommy. I don't know if I can fit that one up my ass.
By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
Dude, imagine if that was fucking Cornix's character, just like suddenly there, flying up towards her. That would have been the sickest thing if it pulled like people nearby you.
Awake again? Are we?
That was it? Okay.
Aha! The poor creature's fury was kindled with cruel forethought.
I don't know what that means.
See this blade? I found it in the Gubu's back.
Shit. They put a thorn in its side, literally.
I have seen knives of this kind before. They are most commonly used for the cutting of rope. It would appear our culprits are seafaring men of some persuasion. Piratical being the most probable.
Okay.
In any event, you seem much recovered from your sudden affliction.
Yeah, I was just low on minerals, so I picked up a rock and ate it.
I confess, I was rather taken aback when you collapsed at the very moment of our victory. Mayhap a surfeit of ether?
Something like that.
I beg your pardon. A towering crystal. I'm sure I don't... Oh!
Oh?
Well, well. This has been a day of unexpected revelations.
Oh, this chick probably knows who Heidelin is.
I must continue my investigation.
Okay.
In the meantime, I suggest you deliver this knife to your patron, along with a warning concerning the pirate's probable involvement in this murky business.
Knife! What do you have? A knife!
The days ahead
No.
promise little rest, I fear. May our paths cross again, under the light of the crystal.
Oh, hello. Damn it. I tried to smack him and run away. So we need to go to where's Summerford Farms again? How far? It's not that far. We can walk there for sure. Skyrim my way up this bad boy. Sprint mode activated. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, all I need to be is level 10? Yeah, I think level 10. And then I should be able to get the class that I need. So I'm literally like one level away, probably 1 or 2 quests, and then I'll have it. I win. You can tell we're related, can't you? I don't think there's anyone that I'm more mean to than, like, my little, like, brother, but, like, I guess both little siblings, but in, like, the most well-meaning way that I possibly could. It's that I'm just sibling shit. Leader. Right, am I glad to see you safely returned. More lads were all gabbing about you and what sounded like all 7 hells breaking loose near the grotto. Nor feared I'd sent you to your death. If you're in the middle of that oh wait, that's not this dude's voice, fuck. If you're in the middle of that commotion, I hope it yielded something of interest. I'd hate to think you risked your life or not. I got a knife. You're off work till Monday? Hell yeah, Mississippi. Enjoy that time off. Do what you want to do. Rest and relaxation is just as important as work and, like, putting in effort. The blade pulled from the back of a creature you slew at the cave, eh? I'd agree such a knife would be part of any seafaring man's kit. I'm starting to think that these ruffians are pirates, come to lure my farmhands back to a life of plunder. Chances are they didn't take kindly to your appearance on their doorstep and set a maddened goboo at you. Aye, the pirates have been adding to their numbers as of late. I'd best warn the lads and lasses in my employ to be on guard against their schemes. You met someone else at the grotto. A woman with a strange contraption? Ah, Y'shtola. She's been in Tongue Twister City for a good while now. Her studies of the Aether often bring her out to Summerford, so her presence at the grotto is hardly unusual. She's an odd-looking lass, I grant you, but she's not the kind to associate with kidnappers. You may take my word for that. Where trust should be lacking in those yeomen of mine who have yet to fully relinquish their pirate pasts, the temptation to return to the free and easy life of a buccaneer may prove too strong to resist. You have my thanks, Bleeder. If it weren't for the efforts of stalwart adventurers like yourself, this farm would be in far worse state than it is. Just you keep on lending your talents to those in need, eh? Help bring Limsan the brighter future she deserves. Cool. Potion. Up to level 9. Now, I think one more quest ought to do it, honestly. That sea sloth, that sea sloth Severin and his lot, never around when there's work to be done. I'd sooner hire you for the sake of getting things done, but then the rapscallions would never learn. Round them up and let them know that Stalwin would like a word, and that I don't take no for an answer. Okay. They're just kind of all around, it looks like. Ow. There's one dude, like, somewhere around here. Is it you? No work ethic in those washed-up lackeys, too busy living in the past to make a difference in the present. I'd hoped they'd put that pirate muscle to good use out in the fields, but I failed to reckon on their loafing pirate bones. Okay, well, you seem good. I'm gonna go back up the pathway, see if I can swap the other dude over here. Ah, okay, they have the main quest icon. Work! Ha! Can't work with my hands are full lifting this mug, you know. I'd wager me last gill you never guess what I'm drinking. Swill wine. Well, you're right about the swill part, I reckon it might be worth a day of doing Stalwin's chores if it'll afford me a taste of proper grog. Okay. I think this other dude is either like right outside the front here, he might be in the building. Hello? Looks like it might be outside the gate. Oh, what the hell? Dude's fucking hiding. Ugh, how am I supposed to work on an empty stomach? Go on, have a guess at what I had for breakfast. Ash tuna. Gods, how'd you know? It's my breath, ain't it? Probably smells as wooden as the food tasted. But I know why you're here. I'd just as soon get some real food in me, but I ain't one to reject the summons from the captain. Okay. There he is. These dudes really are just fucking like hiding. Axles were made for splitting skulls, not stumps. You know what I did in my sailing days? Slaughter. You bet your bosom I did, lass. Aye, those were the days. I reckon now I'll have to be satisfied taking my axe to the trees. Yeah, you will, buddy. Gotta move on. Where is this dude? Oh, he's under the... Oh, he's over there. Okay. guess I probably could have made it up here without circling it, but oh well. So tailbone sent you. What do you reckon I'll say to that? I've saucier seeds to sow. Damn right. Didn't get where I am by taking guff from any glorified gardeners. But I suppose I could see what he wants to get him off my back. Okay. And one last looter stashed away over here somewhere. Blammo. Oh, I'm 7. You're the old man's errand girl now. Tell my dear old captain not to wet his britches. I'll be along. Oh, and just so we're clear, I don't care for landlubbers. Go find the chocobo you rode in on, and ride on out. Okay, Severin seems like an issue. Oh, hello. Don't know who this is, but hello. Yay! Okay. Where the hell I need to go back to Stale. We're over this way. There's a fuck ton of emotes in this game, by the way. I went and, like, was checking out the list of them when I was making the thumbnail with the G-pose menu, and I was like, holy shit, there are a lot of emotes in here. Sweet around town. Still learn. Continue to impress, lass. All but Severin are accounted for. It's no fault of yours, Miss Thorndyke. I've let that worm wriggle through my fingers more than I can count. But rest assured, the next time I see him, I'll put him squarely in the dirt where all such worms belong. Hell yeah. Oranges will not reach the checkpoint. Oh shit. Is the dude gonna fucking head him off at the pass? Pains me to say, but all the gil in the world can't buy loyalty. There are some like you who can't be trusted, or who can be trusted, but then there are others. Until now, I've had no choice but to rely on that charlatan Severin, even though I'm full aware he's been doing shady deals behind my back. More than once I've heard him tell improper trading. I've heard tell of improper trading with goblins. I wouldn't be the least surprised if that were happening right now. Not a bell ago, a sack of oranges vanished, as did Severin. I want you to find and confront the bastard for me, leader. I'm sure there's wrongdoing afoot, so be sure to doubt anything that comes out of his mouth. Interesting. Okay. He's out there in Zephyr Drift. Okay. Heyya! Broken ankles. They regenerate, don't worry. Just like ribs, they grow back. I'm just gonna murder this for fun. That did not... Okay, I was curious if it gave me enough XP to make it worthwhile to, like, farm dudes, and it really doesn't. At least not random mob trash like this. Maybe if there were, like, some elite dudes, like the big turtles over by Ogoleth. Oh, there's a big dude. This dude might be worth fighting. Is that a 17? No thanks. I'm smarter than that. Oh, that's a bunch of goblins. Hello. Oh, you guys gamble. Hey, hey. Does the slash hay work? No. Where the hell? Right across the water. I need to learn some more of the emotes, because when I get, like, with how many there are, if I get, like, good at using them, I could probably do some pretty solid fucking little emote combo shenanigans. Hello, Severin. Bloody hells, I'm up the strait without a paddle. You are? Oh, right. Hey, bad. What's this now? Starworn sent you for the oranges, eh? So the old bugger had known all this time? Ugh, what does it matter anyway? You have to have him selected with your mouse when you do it. There you go. Listen, you're one of those goody-goody adventure types, right? Go rescue my mates from those double-dealing goblins. They're just over yonder by the bonfire. Oh, what the fuck? Over here? That's a level 12. We can handle a level 12. A little slide casting, keep my kite going. There we go. Summoner really does just do a ridiculous amount of damage, basically, for free. Oh, this is gonna be a hostile presence the moment I walk in here, I can already tell. Oh, yep, there they are. Okay, let's keep moving. Use the fire. What? Well, mounted? Uh-oh. Did my internet drop? Uh-oh. Whoa. Whoa. Stream got fucky. Okay. Oh, shit! Uh-oh. That ain't good. No, I'm not mounting. Oh, wait. He's not there anymore. Oh, lag. Why are you, I wouldn't have got away myself if not for Severin shoving me a... Or would have gotten away myself if not for Severin shoving me a sword. So Severin's the reason that dude got caught. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Flame. If you hadn't come, my dodo would have been cooked. Cooked dodo. Big boy over here. Severin sent you. Huh. The way you flew out of here, I was sure he sold us all down the river. Okay. We still frame here. Yeah, we're still dropping a little bit of frames, but I think it's manageable to a degree. And I think we'll hit level 10 here. So, save me mates, and for that, I owe you. Suppose I should be ashamed I couldn't clean up my own mess. But a pirate knows no shame. I've no qualms about going back on my word. I'm only giving you this sack because I like the cut of your jib. Take it to Orson and send him more regards. Okay. Thanks. FS tier. What's the FS tier? Oh, wait, this is? Oh, to the checkpoint. Oh, hello. Is the stream fully disconnected right now? What's going on? Hold on. Still saying healthy. I don't know how much I believe that though. Yeah, there's the error. I was wondering when it was going to cause some problems here. Jesus. Okay. Okay, let's turn this into Aussie here. And then if it's still being super laggy and super problematic here, I'm gonna restart my router and we'll come back from our midway through stream bio break, I think. Cause this is a little ridiculoso right now. This is some nuts fucking shit right now. Looking down at my phone and it's like such bad lag that it's almost like reloading the stream for me. What have we here? A delivery from Summerford Farms, and as scheduled. Ha! There's a first time for everything. Actually, I think that's supposed to be a dude, but oh well. He's got a very effeminate voice. Well, look at that. Not a single one missing either. About only things not here are those bagmen. And I don't miss them one bit. Here's Stalwern's payment in full. With you, I can trust it'll reach him. Okay, so back to Summerford Farms, which I should just be able to bamf on over there. First stand tournament in League. Ah! Nothing but 3-0 stomps, damn. Yeah, it's always a little sad when you, like, go through all of the, like, setup of a tournament and then they are just not, like, set at a good scale to fight each other. That was a fucking Star Wars ship, bro. That was straight out of Star Wars. This dude's fucking pod racing out here. I know I could teleport there, but I don't want to burn my gel. I know I'll get way more of it as it goes on, but who knows what gear I might want to buy once I've actually got myself into the correct class here. Some decent abilities here. But like I said, let me see if my internet being restarted would help this problem. One moment. The stream will probably drop out. Just like audio jungle sort of vibe. But before I restart the router, I'm gonna put us into our midway through stream bio break scenario here. That way if there is any... Oh, hold on. Let me run inside where there's some nice lighting. And we should be able to get this bad boy going here. Let me do that. Let me do that. Let me kick some tunes on. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and whatnot. You'll have an opportunity to listen to a bit of tunes, and then I'm going to restart the router when I get back from the bathroom. That way you guys don't get completely left just in silence while I'm doing this here. Get a little bit of tunes for your wait, at least at the beginning. And that if it like starts lagging out and breaking when the router is restarted, you can like rewind and rewatch all the sick music again, you know. You can make it work. I believe in you, Lackeys. You're smart. Okay, let's get Oh shit. Oh, god damn it. I'm trying to click on a thing and it's scrolling after I stopped scrolling. There we go. Oh. It's having trouble loading. Oh, there we go. Okay, give me just a few minutes here. It might be a little bit longer than a few minutes because I gotta do the whole router restart thing. But I'll probably log out just for safety's sake. Probably don't need to exit, I'll just log out. Alright, I'll be right back. Enjoy the tunes.
Greetings, user. Neural link established. Ready for takeoff.
Alrighty, I am back. We still losing frames? Looks like we might still be, unfortunately.
Greetings, user. Neural link established.
On YouTube
Ready for
side.
takeoff.
Looks like it still is. Okay. Your character looks like a Padawan kid right now. What are we going to do, Master Skywalker? What can we do to fight them? Just backs away from him. Shink. Turn those bad boys off. I just realized my Ko-Fi stuff is turned off. Where the hell? Ko-Fi? Ko-Fi. Coffee. Where the fuck is it? Did I like delete it by accident somehow? Usually I just have it hidden. There it is. What? It's here. Hello? Maybe I need to reload it because I'm losing internet connection. There it is. It is a, like, browser-based thing, basically, so it makes sense. Crink away our background vibes. And let's go back into this. Okay, let's hope that my connection problems have been mitigated somewhat, but I don't think they have. Incompleter. Carbuncle is the lightsaber colors, that's funny. Aether flow gauge. Yes, I had. Oh, it was updated. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of shenanigans that I'm not learning because I'm not staying as this class. I need to go back to the city. I don't know where I need to go to get the rogue class, but we're gonna do a little looking. Because I'm pretty sure if I go to... Alchemist skill. I'm pretty sure she's gonna tell me that I can go check out other guilds, right? If I remember correctly, I think so. Until next lesson is upon us. Brisk walk, one cannot sound thoughts if one fails to maintain sound body. More dangerous threats in western Lanoska. Speak of roselings and wild jackals. Okay, just kill a few. Easy enough. Easy enough to do. I can do that for you, tall lady. Basically telling me to do stuff along with the carbuncle. Okay. Well, that's not what I needed, but hold on. Let me do a little look-see here. Let me do a little internet sleuthery. So I get us some tunes back in the background for just a moment, at the very bare minimum. There we are. How to get rogue class. Final Fantasy XIV. Reach level 10 and complete the initial class quest, then travel to Limsa. Pick up the quest My First Dagger is from Liglinal? Okay. Liglinal. I don't know where Lig Lionel is, but he's in the lower decks, so... Am I in the lower decks? I think so. Shit. Okay, this is the lower decks. I might have to do this quest I'm on. Because I'm not seeing him anywhere. Like, let me look this way. So it says that he is at X8, Y6 tube. Put that in here. X8, Y6 tube. This one. So I think I still need to do my quest because he's read it out and he's like prerequisited. So I need to do this quest for Our Lady here. I'm not attuned to either of those. But we should be able to go to... I think Zephyr Gate is closest, I guess. Make our way whatever direction we can. So we need to go to Western Minoska. So we basically need to go through that area that we were just up by. Okay. Oh, I guess. Fuck. Music. I like the in-game music. It's actually pretty nice. I might add Final Fantasy music to, like, the playlist. I'm still going the right way. I should move that. Save. There we go. It was bugging me that it was floating around up here. Don't worry, Lackeys. Lalafell legs are made of rubber! Okay, I might have lied. They do regenerate though, so like, it's basically rubber. Same thing. Heard quite a bit of Nobu Uematsu's music. Is that the name of the composer? I mean, I was literally listening to the fucking soundtrack of this game the other day, and it was no surprise to me. This is... Okay, so I'm supposed to weave attacks with the carbuncle, but like, it doesn't tell me what comes from the carbuncle. Oh well. Get energy drain. Oh, get energy drain. Ruin. We'll kill this dude. Ruin him with a sleep. Oh, that is not asleep. Right, control too. Fuck me. I gotta get used to the controls a little bit, I think. More where that came from, buddy. Ruby Ruin is kind of the shit, honestly. I'm really liking it. I don't know how to get other colors, but I got Ruby Ruin, that's for damn sure. Two, put this dude to sleep. Get some distance, get some distance. Right. Channel in Ruby. Regular ruin. Now I need a roseling. Are those things over here? This one's probably through Western. I think he's fighting his own quest creatures. So I'm gonna go try and find these last few bitches. Oh, hey, what do you know? Here. Oh, that was the fucking carbuncle summon. Fuck me. Okay. Up. Ruby Ruin. I ran out of ruby. Buddy. Okay. Now I think I just go back. Sadly I'm gonna have to spend gil for it. This is why we saved earlier. Also, it looks like things have smoothed out. I could be wrong. I hope they have. We'll take a quick little stamp through the Aethernet to the Alchemist Guild. Save a slight bit of time. Okay, I did your quest, lady. How to kill the conquer such ferocious foes. Next training exercise accompanied Farseer Kyla on one of her expeditions. Opportunity to witness firsthand the practical applications of Arcanima. Okay. The floor below, you say? Am I still gated? Oh, I would like to do this quest, yeah? You know what? I'm gonna go over there Because I want to know if he'll tell me what I need. Is there like a good teleport nearby? Fisherman's Guild. We go down this way. I need to speak with you, sir. It's not behind these convenient doors for worldly talk like you, missus. We're the dutiful sister you're saintly like. Now bugger off. Okay. Wow. They don't even tell me. So in that case, we need to go to Heyya, who is in Arcanist Guild. And then they said the floor below, but I don't think there actually is, right? Oh, here. Hello? Is this a fucking fighting ring? This is a Pokemon battle arena. Timely appearance as expected. Shall we proceed directly at the job at hand? I've been tasked with examining wares of Goblin Peddler Caravan. Our agents suspect the Beastmen merchants of dealing in forbidden goods. As such, I've calculated that announcing an inspection has 60% chance of inviting physical violence. You are a strategist and a half, aren't you, lady? Okay, should the goblins offer battle, you are to execute combat. Okay, yeah, I'm not doing that. Okay. Yes. Thumbs up. Hee hee haha. I'm glad that she understood what she said. Summer Creek Farms, and I'm gonna pop out using the normal method, so I'm not burning through my money, so I'll need that shit. Blammo. And this way. Not sure where exactly Carnix is headed off to, but I'm assuming they're doing quests and whatnot. We'll probably meet back up once we've gotten my situation all figured, because I'm just trying to speedrun my way back to getting this class unlocked. Because Ankle Bleeder's got a hunger, and the only fuel that'll satisfy it is ankles that are bleeding. And right now, Carbuncle tends to just go for the whole body, and it doesn't really understand when I tell it to, like, take the razor blade that I'm handing it and use it on their ankles. Wounded Aurochs. I think these things are aggro. I think that's what that symbol means, is like if you get too close, they'll attack. Is this even where I need? No. Okay. I almost just ran into the fucking, like, danger zone. There you are. Lame. Level 14. I am not level 14, but sure, let's do it. I've got a carbuncle. That's better than being level 14. I am Foreseer Kyla of Miven's Gate. Or Mielvin's Gate. You are to cease all transactions and surrender your goods for inspection. Nasty, sneaky peekers. Gobby spits uplander nosy eyes on stabby iron. A predictably aggressive response. Very well, Ankle. Remember what we discussed. Well, we gave him a chance, I guess. Something. Let's charge this up, get it ready. Sleep. A triple sleep. Energy drain. Energy steal. Oh dang it, her ability woke him up. Do a fire attack over there. Actually doing some work here. Basic maneuvers, what? Oh, fuck, I see. We got bomb throwers. Come on, buddy. I'm still fighting. Oh, what the fuck? Oh god. Okay. For a fast save. She woke both of them up immediately. Move you down. Hit him with that fire. Oh god, okay, they got more. Oh god, did she die? Oh fuck. Not. Okay, give us a moment, give us a moment. Uh-oh, am I lagging? I should not be. Wait, what? Oh. I didn't realize that was an infinite cast. Okay. Well, let me look at that. Yeah, that's just like, I cast it for free. I can just do that over and over. It probably is better than Ruin then. Nicely done. Adaptation, improvisation. I might have been observing our beloved guildmaster himself in action. This was the perfect example of how strategy for a given task should be tailored to the abilities of the assassin. In other words, before you begin formulating your tactics, it's necessary to fully understand your own strengths and weaknesses. On that note, there is another question I would ask you. When it comes to improving the probable success of a strategy, do you consider it more effective to concentrate on playing to your strengths or shoring up your weaknesses?